Welcome into this week's episode of Unrolled Stories, a D&D campaign set in the world of Elvoria. We are back with these wonderful humans, sadly down a couple, at least for the start, to roll some dice, attempt some questionable accents, and hopefully tell a decent story. The usual announcements up top. If you want to grab yourself some new dice or wooden tabletop accessories for your TTRPG campaigns, head over to Dakota Irish and use the code TheWelshDM at checkout to get yourself 10% off to help support the channel and get yourself some nice shiny click-clacks. A reminder, you can listen to the show as a podcast available on all of your favourite podcast streaming places, so if you need to rapidly catch up, go and listen to us when you're on the treadmill or commuting to and from work. And don't forget to leave us a review, all likes, thumbs, stars, etc. It helps other people find the podcast. In this game, we do make use of the Reimagined classes that are available over on the DM's Guild, allowing you to embody Balrick, Lesley, Aderyn, or Ximori at your tables, or whatever versions of those classes you would like to. And lastly, as always, all NPC art is provided by Aderyn Angelini's Art Venturing Guild, and the character art done by the same wonderfully talented artist. And Chibi battle map art was done by WeTheDreamingDesigns, so do go check out those artists if you can, and remember to support real artists. Unless anyone has anything else to say, I think it's time to continue telling our story. Last time out, you collected yourselves after your forced retreat from the Vashar camp, made a new plan to attempt your rescue of the villagers, and returned at dawn, hoping to be heroes once again. The assault was started, and it wasn't long before the alarm bells were ringing and the camp was alerted to your presence. Ximori doing their best to draw attention away with as many of the Vashar as possible towards the south of the camp. Balrick and Aderyn claiming the high ground and raining down spells and arrows upon all they could see. Meanwhile, Lesley and Arquen went and cleared out the poisoner's hut to use it as a base of operations for yourselves to then strike out to hopefully go save the villagers, who had at this point all been moved into the same cage, much closer to the edge of the forest than some of them were previously. Elsewhere around the camp, you were able to notice a dark-haired bishop of the Jadenite Church being suspended between two bone totems above a confusingly interesting pit that Aderyn had noticed, and three villagers who were chained to some kind of stone tables elsewhere. As the fight progressed, eventually it reached the point of escalation when those three villagers were released from their chains as howling mad individuals pulling their chains free and rushing towards the conflict, and a large chimera came erupting out one of the cages. You see them with an odd object clenched in their jaws as they take to the sky, which is where we will pick up. As the chaos of the chimera's three-headed roar echoes out around the region, you are all still in the heat of combat, blood pumping, weapons drawn, realizing you are in a dangerous situation, but you're doing a relatively good job at splitting them up. And we will jump right back into the initiative order with Balrick at the top of initiative. Balrick, before you do anything, please roll me a perception check.
Cool. If this goes badly, it's because I've lost my main Balrick die.
No!
My die has gone missing. Not terrible.
You need to buy a new one from Dakota Irish. Use code WelshDM at checkout.
Perception 17.
17. With the Chimera taking to the skies, you take a look over it and you see clenched in its jaws the lower half of one of the Vashar, that it slowly gets ripped off as the upper half, clenched firmly in the mouth, stays there, and the legs just drop to the ground and splat against the ground. As seemingly the Chimera has eaten one of the Vashar that freed it, as it has now taken to the skies. What would you like to do?
So I can intuit that it's not on their side, it's just a wild beast.
Yes.
Well, not beast. It's a monstrosity.
Correct.
Is important for me. What can I do with that? I could spend a minute to discern its current desire. I
will say, I think its current desire is quite obvious. It's eat.
Yeah.
It's hungry.
I do want to use my features because I have features, but
use the features.
At the moment, it's an action for knowing things about it, and currently my action kind of wants to be spent attacking and distracting people. We'll come to it. We'll get to that problem when it gets there. It can't be that fast.
It can't be that fast.
What's it got? Like 4,000 or 5,000 feet of movement?
It's 155 feet away, you know? That's at least some amount of turns. The maths is impossible.
Who could know the maths, really?
Who could know? I see the shield guy who ignored me walking towards the poisoner's hut.
It's definitely drawn to the attention of Arquen, who walked in the front door.
Yeah, as is the Dominator guy as well. I remember actually something. My hunter's mark is on number 4. So I am probably going to focus on that guy at the moment so as to use it properly. So yeah, I'm going to shoot some arrows at... I'll shoot one at the 4 and one at the Dominator to try and get their attentions. That is... I think this is 16. 16 at number 4.
Sorry, I realised I was missing a key note. At number 4, 16 misses, I'm afraid, as they see this one coming and put a large, blocky shoulder pad in the way of the arrow, and it just clatters off the side.
Well, I'm still trying to get... I'm still getting attention rather than aiming to kill, actually. So I've done one at him, and then I'm going to shoot one at the Dominator.
Go for it.
For a 19.
19 at the Dominator, I think will hit. Give me a second, because I forgot to open up a bunch of monster stat blocks. 19 does hit.
2 plus 6, so that's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. It gets in underneath the plating on him, and he turns around to gaze at you, and you can see now that his faceplate is like a full, solid piece of metal with just 2 eye slits. And with your perception skills, you can see it's got carvings etched into it. They're kind of rough hewn in. They look vaguely ominous. Does that end your turn, Arquen?
Balrick.
Balrick, sorry.
Bonus action would normally be Derek, but Derek is currently following Arquen and biting people around Arquen. So I believe that is it.
Okay. Ximori, you're up.
Right. Yep, still able to act normally. So, first little... number 11 first, I think.
Number 11 first.
Given they're there. Let's take a big old swing on them. We'll get reckless.
11 is looking slightly wounded after you've already shredded into them a little bit.
Well, it's a nat 20, so...
Let's go!
That's the one, don't need that dice. I'm doing this twice. 6... So that first one is 52 points of damage.
How much? You just rip him in half. You just grab both sides of the clavicle either side and pull, and you have 2 halves of rib cages in your hands.
I gained 1 temporary hit point.
Yeah. It's a good thing you can't see this, Lesley.
Just the sound of screaming and ripping.
This feels a little bit more a little bit emasculated, but doesn't really know why.
I'm going to take a step that way. Looking at number 6.
Yeah.
And when I'm about a good 10 feet away from him, just with the glaive, just put it to full extension so that I'm just holding the end of the blade.
Full on levers and pulleys.
Yep. That is... It's a 19 on the dice, so it's probably going to hit.
Yeah.
25. 20... 19, 26 to hit, even. Right. Dice. So that is... 20 points of slashing damage and 3 points of thunder damage.
Nice. And yeah, you see them get bodied by this blow, almost driven down to one knee before pulling back up with their kind of slab-like mace that they're holding on to.
Right, and then... Just need to check my Drowshy stuff quickly. Hits me. Okay. Right, so that's my 2 attacks, and for my bonus action, we are going to... I don't think there's anything I can do on a bonus action, actually. So with the rest of my movement, I'm just going to go up the building.
Attack of opportunity?
I'm 10 feet away from him, so no.
Attack of opportunity? Nope. No, I'm joking.
Yep, then I just beast scamper up a building. Look around to see there's some people coming. There's 3 people running, and there's a fucking Chimera over there.
Yes, you now realise what that roar was.
Just sort of look over huh. Didn't expect that.
That
Just out of 60 feet. That's annoying.
Yes, I think that's all I can do.
Cool. It is now the regular guy's turn to just start seeing you doing that. We'll start trying to clamber up the building with athletics checks, I guess. Because they want to chase you down. So number 6. Natural 4. Gets up to the edge of the building, starts clambering up, fails. You just kick a couple of the tiles down, or hay bales down. Number 18 with a 6 tries to jump from on top of a minecart, falls down again.
You know that bit in Phantom Menace where Darth Maul's just swinging the lightsaber at the edge of the canyon? 17
comes running up here, trying to get a bit of momentum to grab one of the loose bricks on the side of this thing, grabs the brick, pulls themselves up, and the brick crumbles and collapses down. They've all rolled below a 10 so far. It's 19, 5, 10, 15, 20. Does get up with their movement finally, with a successful athletics check, and is just going to essentially take out a slightly large dagger, verging on machete, and just hurl it at you.
Fun.
You went reckless.
Yep.
It's a natural 19. Ooh, max damage 6.
Actually, I use my reaction to swing my tail, reducing that by 8.
It goes clattering off the side of the building, gets ready to rush towards you. Other ones. Right.
I think I was on Tail Rage, wasn't I?
Yes, you were. Because we covered it previously. I'm going to switch die for 12 and 9 to try and get up to you, Balrick. 9 does successfully get up, but this is a much higher cliff, so has to use an action to actually get up there. But does have enough movement to get away from the edge, unlike the other compatriot. The other one also does the same, gets into melee, but is using their action to do that, can't actually attack you. 16 to get after Aderyn. Action successfully gets to Aderyn. But again, can't attack because you. That's where they get to. Are there any more? Yes. These two. I'll tell you what. Chris and Andrew, can you roll me intimidation checks for Balrick and Ximori, please? That will depend where these guys head.
Intimidation, you say?
Yes.
Not my strong suit.
19.
I'll let you use Dex intimidation, Balrick, because you're trying to be intimidating with your archer.
And that is a 16.
Ximori?
19.
19. Cool. These guys will head towards Ximori. Dash. Dash. That's them. And I think that's all of them. But Ximori, you can hear in your head Bash just going, their blood is ours. Take them to the shadows. And you just
I'm covered in so much blood already.
You can feel this extra heartbeat just thudding in your head as the rage takes over. And then Arquen is up.
Right. Arquen is going to move past the building. And how far is that? The distance? Ah, Arquen, you're so slow.
Can you not get to the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? Yeah. I think you can just about get there.
Oh, yeah. I think, he's going to go to the first one that's there, seeing as the rest of them still aren't really doing much.
Yeah, that one was advancing towards Arquen before it got hit in the shoulder and spun to look around towards Balrick.
I think Arquen sort of looks over like, aha! And sort of charges forward.
Yep.
While his attention is elsewhere. That is a 18? 18
would hit, but this guy is switched on enough, hearing the clanking armor coming from behind, to quickly bring up this large, double-headed axe that they're using to just block the blow, using their reaction to parry.
Right, and second attack.
Yep.
That is a 22.
That hits.
It's a D8 because he's got his shield. Well, Arquen, that wasn't very impressive. Oh, extra D4 because of Divine Favour. Right, that is 7 points of slashing and 4 points of radiant.
8 points of radiant. As you see, the slash goes through, and then the radiant energy catches through and seems to just feed into it, and you see the veins of this very pale-skinned creature just suddenly light up with almost burning green energy, like the forest itself eating away at it.
Right, and then bonus action, can't really do anything on that. So I think Arquen's just sort of goes back to ready position, shield up, sword over the top.
Gotcha. That ends Arquen's turn. Aderyn.
Oh, yeah. Aderyn is getting really fed up with this guy who just keeps, don't get the idea, go away.
Need your best Aderyn impression, actually, I'm afraid.
Pardon?
Need to hear your best Aderyn impression to make this believable.
What's that in accent? I don't know, I talk like this.
Oh, guess who's about to be murdered in his sleep?
Yes, very nice.
Chris, what I would have done is just done this and go, did you hear me in your head?
But instead you sort of landed on Borat?
But she's going to Sorcerer's Burst the guy, obviously, and do the same thing she's done for the past 3 turns. But we are going to change it up a little bit in a moment.
Ooh.
But she's going to do it. She's going to do it with the channeling die. And let me read how that works in this, again, 6-page document.
I can't whether this is a commentary on Sarah or commentary on the class I made. It's one of the two.
No, class. Sarah has everything. It's actually really useful. But yes, so Sorcerer's Burst first roll.
This guy has a broken shin bone, by the way, that is sticking out of the leg. He's just ignoring it and climbing after.
That is a. What's the spell attack bonus? +7. That is a 17.
Hits.
Hits. Damage. I mean, I'm going to expend the meta magic. What do I roll? I roll.
How far does it push?
It pushes 15. We know that it pushes off because he got here last time, and it pushed him off.
He gets a dex save on this one because it puts him.
He gets a dex save on the edge.
Yeah.
But what do I do? Roll a channeling die. It's a D4. Oh, I can't fail.
No, you can't fail on cantrips. But this is now the third channeling die that she's used.
Out of 6. So that off. He's going to be pushed backwards. I just need to roll. Well, it did hit. So
yeah,
he's going to be pushed
damage
back
for Sorcerer's Burst.
and he takes 2d8 damage. And we're going to go. He's really frustrated at him, and he needs to go away. So it's going to be psychic, and it's going to be a mental push, and he's like recoiling backwards.
It's just the word leave.
No means no.
Yes. A 6 and a 7, no 8s. 13.
13.
And then push backwards.
As he's staggering backwards, clutching his head, he drops his weapon in that moment just to clutch his head, and you see like the blood vessels in the eyes completely burst. But he like stumbles backwards, and upon realizing he's stumbling backwards, just launches himself forward, manages to stop himself falling on the edge, but he is driven down to one knee and almost dead.
Cool. And with that, Aderyn is actually going to start running away. 4, 5, 6, this way.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to use her once per day free Misty Step to get away from him and get over here. So
she's a once per day free Misty Step?
She's Fey touched. From
When
the hag.
did she get that feat?
From the hag, level.
Level 4, must have been.
Oh yeah,
Cool. Love it. I didn't know she had that.
Oh, there's a better. She gets a once per day other spell as well. And I don't think you know what that is.
No. And I enjoy being surprised. Let's go. So she Misty Steps as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nearer to Balrick.
And Aderyn's turn. At the end of Aderyn's
I
turn,
think she'll say as she's going past, she'll go like, "Can you finish that guy chasing me?" or something like that.
at the end of Aderyn's turn,
Really annoying.
as all of this is going on, as Arquen like advances on one of the creatures and just starts hacking away and becoming like. Oh, by the way, what's Derek doing? Because Derek would have moved on Arquen's turn.
Oh yeah, Deck needs to get out of the house, doesn't he?
Yep.
He would have chased Arquen, so he's following Arquen. Let's go. Let's see, he's dashed.
Yep.
Dashed, so he's on the side of Arquen.
When that happens, the villagers who are in the cell, who are kind of like all defeated, but like kind of like loosely paying attention to what's going on, see Derek rushing out, see this knight in armor like taking one of them on in hand to hand because they can't see Ximori. And they all just like gain their attention, and a number of them start like pulling themselves up on the bars to like get a better look at what's going on and start like talking and whispering to each other excitedly. Also at that point, these ones start rushing forward. Yeah, I think even split. 25, 30,
Yeah, this little gabled roof in the way of me.
30. Towards there. And towards there. As the crazed villagers who are now just like wielding manacles just go scattering out in the 3 directions of varying points of interest out there. Then it is the hunter's turn. You see some of the villagers in that prison cell like look back to see some of their friends who are now like broken and deranged and lose a little bit of heart as well. You see this hunter come back out and just like keep an eye on the chimera, not doing much, and he's like he's got a bow drawn, like aiming at the chimera in case it tries to do anything, but that's all he does. He's readying an action to shoot if anything threatens him. Do that. Right. This guy is going to try and climb. Does successfully climb onto the roof. I'll say he drops the crossbow he was wielding to do that and will dash up to you, Ximori.
Okay. Enjoy your free trip to the ground.
Unfortunately, doesn't get to act because so much movement.
All expenses paid.
No, actually, I think he's a little smarter. He won't dash. He will take the dodge action.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll say he's concentrating to remember. And then this one will go after Arquen after Arquen attacked him. Making 2 attacks with this large great axe. That's a 4 and a 2 on the die for a 9 top hit.
Clang, shield, rebuttal, etc.
He's dealing with like this arrow underneath the rib that like pulls up his his like strikes short, and Arquen is very capably easy to parry.
Cauldrons. There we go, I sound just like you. Lesley or Tauri? Oh no, Dominator.
Yeah, the Dominator will stride here, and then I think can get there. I think it's a little shy, but he gets there. And then, like looking around, stares at the villagers, and just says in again very broken column, "Watch heroes run." And I would like Arquen and Derek to roll wisdom saving throws, please.
I will roll for Derek.
Derek gets a bonus because of Arquen's aura.
Won't help.
Well, you tried.
He's not a spellcaster, so maybe it's not a high DC. It's a 13.
13 for Derek?
Yep.
Plus 4 on the save.
With Arquen's bonus, I think. Arquen's bonus plus
4.
Oh, 14 then.
Cool.
And Arquen's on a 23.
Cool. You see momentarily the runes and carvings around this face mask just glow faintly dark, like off green, before fading back in as a frightening presence just waves out, and the two of them are just. Arquen is completely unfazed, just stares it down and just sees a challenger. And Derek, for a moment, takes a step back, but then seeing Arquen like take the step forward to engage a conflict, Derek gains that confidence and steps forward. And you see all of the villagers just again like, "We gonna?" Lesley, sorry, the initiative as the way it's constructed is basically just a block of them. Tauri, you're on deck.
It's Lesley time.
A very boring logistic question about the cage.
Yes.
Is there like a very big padlock on it?
Yes. It's not a finely constructed thing. It is a bunch of like iron rebar with what constitutes a door, like held with a slat and then a padlock that's been acquired from somewhere. The padlock appears to show some kind of age. It's definitely not been looked after.
Cool. Has anybody? Can I spend like a second to look around at the blood and guts surrounding Lesley. From I think Arquen and Lesley had a fun time here. Are there any? Oh my god, I've lost the map. Are there any like bodies around us that might have a key on them?
Roll a perception.
Or is there anything? Yeah, cool.
Any jailer's dead.
It'd be really nice if I didn't have to roll perception though, because I'm not very wise.
Or investigation.
Investigation would be. This is like quick scan, so it will be perception.
Investigation would be an action, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a natural 20.
Ooh. With a natural 20, like as you step through the gore of this room from where the guy was taken down, with you taking his head off, you step through and like he doesn't have one. But as you step out and you see this like heavily armored, blank like metal face plated individual, you look at him and you can see very much that there's a ring with a heavy iron key sitting on it on the side of his waist. With a natural 20, even with a -1, I will also say, keen-eyed, you do spot in the far distance one of these ones that has like all of the hooks on their armor and like barbed gauntlets and that kind of thing, that you just like instinctively go, I saw someone like that earlier patrolling the cage when we were first here. So Swords Door, he's also probably got one. So that's the torturer in the far distance as well.
I think I'm a scooch too far to get into hand-to-hand with the Dominator.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that Lesley can't shoot it with a hand crossbow. Thank you. So that's gonna be.
Oh no, you can get there.
No, I don't think they can.
It's 35.
You've got to measure from Leslie's spot.
Yeah.
Not from 5 feet in front of
10.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a bit embarrassing if I get all the way there and I'm like,
Although, I mean, does Lesley move up at all first?
Does Lesley move up at all?
Yeah.
No?
Does Lesley move closer at all? So that next turn?
Oh, I see. Not right now, not before doing this.
Shoot twice.
My ability to use a crossbow.
It's dexterity.
Be a dirty 20 hit?
Dirty
Wait, no.
20 does
it's over.
hit.
That'll be for 4 plus 9 points of piercing.
Nice.
Does it look like it takes the right amount of damage?
It seems to like take a wound as he turns around to address. Like he now like sees you and like eyes you up as just like Well, it's a very hard tell. He's got like a blank faceplate, but like turns to you with this bearded axe that you can see is like giving off like just an aura of malice. Essentially, he just turns around to face you.
Sorry, I did not mean to move Arquen. Lesley is now gonna step forward a scooch. And what's like a thank you. What's a big insult that you could give to somebody wearing an ugly mask? Leslie's gonna shout out, I bet the face under that mask is I bet your face
Gross.
is ugly. I bet your face is ugly.
You say that, and he just turns to you, and in abyssal that you don't understand, Tauri probably just about hears it over the din, just turns to you and just goes, I'll wear yours then.
You know what? It's kind of hot. As a bonus action, Lesley is going to... going to... I think it's tactical command. Arquen doesn't need it, but maybe... Does Deck do anything, like, attacky? Sometimes, yeah.
Deck can bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leslie's going to suggest, command, Deck to bring them down, so you get a +3 to hit.
Nice.
Make it.
Remember, Deck is acting on Arquen's bonus action. Just for everyone to remember.
Right.
That and Leslie's. Are you happy to stay there?
Leslie's actually going to move a little bit towards the cage. I think
Cool.
we can make it here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tauri, you're up.
Lesley, the hero.
Okay. So, I can't see much from where I am.
No.
So
it's your building.
I'm going to.
Well, what you can see is Ximori standing on a roof doing, come on then!
Covered in blood.
Here.
Covered in gore and viscera.
Holding 2 halves of a ribcage.
Yeah. So,
Glaive in one hand.
so I'm going to sneak round to here. Oh, hold on. Bella wants out a second. I'm going to sneak round to there and then I'll work out what I'm doing.
Cool.
Standing here covered in like obsidian scales, my body twisting and malforming.
It's a terrifying sight.
He does just need to move to get away from that.
Black scales of rock. While we're having a mini bit of a pause, is music playing okay for you guys?
Yes.
Yep.
You wanted
Also,
to
Dakota Irish, guys.
10%.
I don't have anything, Bella. It's a figment of your mind. It's definitely not a banana cake.
10% with code WelshDM at checkout.
Right, so I'm going to move to here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and take a survey of the battlefield. I'm going to...
There's a big monster over there.
There's 3
Yeah, I can't
hypnotized
see.
individuals there.
Yeah, those 3 can stay there. How does the fight with the against the boss look like it's going?
How is Arquen looking?
Yeah, Arquen's looking fine.
Arquen is looking bold and confident. You can see their blade giving off that faint, like, witch fire, fairy fire, glint off the dawn light. And Derek, oh, by the way, this was an important question that we didn't, that I realised we didn't ask last session. What damage is Derek currently?
I think we established he was fire.
Yeah, but you had a long rest since then.
Oh.
Did Deck remain fire?
Deck will be fire.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you can see Derek also catching that dawn light and glowing almost like that fire opal look.
Okay, it looks like they're fine there for the minute. Keeping up hypnotic pattern then is better than me pulling out a
Heat metal.
right now. That might change, but that's the best option for now.
Yep.
Yeah, there's also nothing between the people currently charmed and you if you dropped the
I
hypnotic
realise
gel.
that. How is number 8 looking?
Where is 8 these days?
I think he fell off the roof.
Oh, that's 6. It helps if you say the right number.
Well, that's fine. I need to zoom in a lot further. It's a 6 if I'm far enough. It's an 8 if I'm far enough away.
6 is looking a little bruised from where Ximori dug a glaive into their shoulder, but is still up and ready for a fight.
They probably know that I'm here. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to yell, "You really should let that glaive go up your arse. It looks a lot better than you do now." For a vicious mockery.
Natural 9. Not going to bother adding modifiers.
Oh my god, it worked!
It worked.
First time in ages. 4. I'm not going to complain. 6.
Nice. 6 points of damage as he just turns around, and you can see now he's now weighing up the decision as to whether to climb up towards the beast or go and attack the, no offense, skinnier, weaker looking woman that is now in their eye line.
Getting misogynistic?
I'm very misogynistic right now, yes.
The tone.
I mean, to be fair, I have just measured it. I am more than 1 movement away. So
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that.
Welsh DM,
Fine.
problematic.
Getting cancelled.
Look out, Gethin, you're going to be cancelled next week.
Anything else in your turn, Tauri?
That is all I am going to do, because I just want to keep my bardic inspiration for now.
It is now the Torturer's turn, who genuinely is just going to wander out a little bit, just to get a better view of the manic individuals that he's just unleashed on a lot of you, and just like start cackling wildly before like causing sparks across these barbed gauntlets that are on their hands, and deciding what they're going to do next. Then it's the Chimera's turn. Who wants to have a Chimera attack them? Balrick.
Maybe the hunter behind him.
Maybe.
Nice, tasty hunter.
Maybe.
Who has been hurting him all this time.
Unfortunately,
And definitely not the
Chimera
skinny
rolled a
slug-up
6
bishop.
and doesn't see that hunter.
Maybe
so-
the berserker that's on the ground running towards me.
Nice, tasty berserker. No armor at all, that guy.
Yeah.
60 feet.
Definitely not the nice, tasty-looking bishop strung up between two bits of...
No, that's too skinny. No meat.
The thing is, there's a collection of like 3 of you there, which will feed 3 heads. So he is just going to come this way
He's doing it on a hit number.
with a dash. Gets to there, and the Chimera is just like swooping around, baleful roaring. Occasionally, bursts of fire coming out of the dragon's mouth as the ram bleats wildly.
Love the Balric saying, like, turns around to see what Aderyn's doing, turns back to see a Chimera, just like...
Speaking of Balric, your turn.
Shit. Alright. I can't deal with these guys around me. Can I use an inspiration for something?
Ooh, what do you want to do?
I want to come to the edge of this cliff and in bow in one hand, with the other hand I want to grab the guy next to me and I want to do like a reverse shove. Like, what's it
A
called?
pull.
Like, what's it called where you like lift someone over you?
A
You
throw?
want to do a judo?
Pile driver?
Oh, okay, I know what you...
But like,
grab him with the
I just want a one-handed
Stone Cold Stun.
throw him over.
Suplex.
Yeah, suplex.
Suplex. But like one-handed over, just got the bow. Just because it's in my way. Can I use an inspiration to attempt that?
I think it will
Or
require
against the
both
DDT.
hands, but you can just drop your bow. You can free action pick the bow up after. You're just not stowing it. So the bow just like goes on the ground. You put 2 hands and go for it.
Yeah, that's.
Certainly.
I mean, does it? I can lift. I think we worked out something like. What can Ximori lift?
About 4,400
That
pounds
is
even.
that is dedicated. You do need 2 arms to lift that. But do make me an athletics check.
Yeah, drag push
I will
lift
give
is
you
960 pounds with
They
both
will
arms.
try to make
that
an
very
athletics
close?
check in response. Hold on, before you roll, you've got to beat. Ooh, sorry, a 22.
Ooh.
I rolled a 19.
I got an 18 on the dice, but I've got proficiency in athletics. That's a 23.
Yes! So this guy tries to drop his weight to stop you doing it, and you just like you drop with him, and then use that full momentum to just dick drive and just.
Mate, I can carry 200 kilos, no issue.
Roll me a d4 plus 1.
This is to throw him off the cliff.
This is how many squares he goes over your shoulder.
I got 4.
25 feet, just straight, woof, launched over the shoulder. It is a 30-foot drop, I believe I said a while ago. Can't remember now.
You said this cliff was higher than that bit, so this was a full action to get up.
Okay, roll me 5d6 with the additional arc.
There's a 6, a 6, and a 4 on the first 3. And a 4 and a 6. So that's 3 6s, 2 4s. 8, add 18,
26.
24, 26.
That's half his hit points.
I'm going to pick up the bow off the ground, and on a knee, I'm going to fire at, is it 16, who's been chasing Aderyn?
Yeah. You just do that. You use your momentum to just spin around, drop to one knee, just fire it across this cavern.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
He's really close to death, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, my brain!
Yeah, he's
That's
still
an
like
8 on the
recoiling
8
from a
plus
brain.
6. 14.
As he's recoiling from the brain, the arrow goes through the hands, through the head, through the other hand, and just dies with his hands pinned to the side of his head.
Does he
I'm
fall
like-
down the cliff?
Yes, immediately.
Yes.
Aderyn, we need to go, but I'm not going to move. I'm moving there to make sure that I'm keeping the others from getting to her.
Cool.
It's a crunched up bone heap on the ground.
Sorry, Aderyn, we need to go.
The Chimera sees the large, juicy target go flying in the skies, and the ram's head just like turns to address it. It starts to like try to pull the necks in that direction. That was sick. Ximori.
Right, I've got 2 people up here with me. So brandishing my glaive. Actually, hang on, quick check. Yeah. I take 2 steps towards them. The shielded guy who's currently taking the dodge action, I'm going to recklessly attack him.
Go for it. What?
So that gives me a standard roll, doesn't it?
Yeah, flat roll.
Flat roll. So that is plus numbers is 22.
Hits.
It's that one, and that one. Max damage. Right, so 21 points of slashing. 6 points of thunder. And can you make a Constitution saving throw? Because I'm going to make that a crippling blow.
Rolled quite well. Natural 16 plus 4 for a dirty 20.
That's a shame. Then for my second action, I'm going to step forward. I'm just going to shove him as hard as I can.
Okay, make me athletics check. Ooh, terrible roll from him. 11.
More than that on the dice.
Shove 5 feet backwards.
I meant sort of like unarmed attack, but no.
Oh, unarmed attack. Cool. Do the damage then. If you want.
Like I basically just walk up, just boot him in the chest.
Okay. Bad.
So that is plus numbers.
Still fire, but yeah.
Yeah, 12 points of sternum crushing damage.
Yeah, you feel something snap underneath. You're fairly certain you feel a lung collapse, and this guy just goes to draw out their kind of serrated longsword to slash towards you.
Mm-hmm. Right, and then do I get anything else from that? Nope, there we go.
You feel your jaw begin to like distend and push out as you feel further transformation begin to just take hold in you, as more scales just begin to burst out, as Bast is exerting their will through you as you engage in more and more bloodshed. It is now the regular guys. 6.
No. Yeah. Arquen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's after the
Don't worry.
guys.
I'm remembering things.
Right, 6 is going to turn towards you, Tauri, because Ximori has walked away and you're annoying. And so it's just going to dash to get towards you. That's their action. To get there. 2 more are going to attempt athletics checks to climb at you, Ximori.
Yep.
17 fails again.
Come, fellas.
18 does get up using all of their movement to do so. And so will then move around to kind of begin to swarm you. But again, action to move that far because you use their full movement to get up onto the roof. 19 just moves in to attack you.
Hello, fellas.
Hello, boys. Takes a swing at you with advantage, helps avoid the natural 1 to get to a 12.
Miss.
Useless. These guys will just continue running in this vague direction to decide where they want to end up later. And 9 is going to run straight towards you, Balrick. 12 is going to dust themselves off, look at the Chimera that is now looking at them. Why have you headed all the way over there? And is going to just turn and move 15 feet, 45 feet to go help out the boss, as they are no longer prone. Cool, that ends this turn. Arquen.
Arquen is going to... let's see, are they close enough together? Nah, not really. Yeah, I think Arquen's just going to... bonus action. Derek is going to bite number 4.
Go.
So Derek gets a plus something from Lesley. Plus 3. I don't have Derek stats, but it's a 19 with that plus 3.
Plus then, 6 from Derek, Chris?
You're muted, buddy.
Plus 6.
So yeah, I'd say 25.
Plus the extra 3, yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
What's the damage on a deck bite?
D6 plus 3. Oh, Deck also has a reaction where he can add an extra D6 of the infusion, which I think it might just be useful to do on his own bite.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Cool.
So that's
very fiery.
7 points of biting and 5 points of fire.
12.
So 12 overall.
Yeah, Derek latches onto this guy's thigh and just starts pulling and pulling. Derek feels something pop, and that hip has been dislocated in Derek's jaws, and the guy is just going to try and swing towards Derek. And
I think Arquen takes a step round, and as the guys turn to look at Derek grabbing his leg, is just going to take the opportunity to swing
Go for it.
at his head while he's distracted. You need to do a bit better for me, Arquen. That is... what is that? There's the numbers. 21.
21 does hit.
D8. D4. 6 plus 4. 10 points of slashing.
Yeah.
And 3 doubled to 6 points of radiant.
As he steps round, he just takes the guy's head off, completely distracted. The head goes bouncing along, and you just see all the blood just begin to seep immediately into the ground. It doesn't even have a chance to pool, as it's just absorbed by the earth.
Right, and I'd forgotten how... that's silly, I forgot how new smites work. Oh well. Right, well in that case then...
New smites are, you do a bonus action after hitting with an attack.
I've already used the bonus action to command Derek.
Yeah.
The issue right now.
So yes, Arquen will then step in to basically take on the Dominator.
Yeah, go for it.
And take a big old Arquen swing at them. Ooh. That is 26.
That hits.
D8, D4. So that is 8 points of slashing and 3 points of radiant.
Cool. Yeah, it slashes into him. He tries to parry it with this axe, but Arquen is too skilled. Sees the parry coming, hits the parry, and then just slashes across the thigh for a small slash of damage.
And Derek is going to come in as well.
That's fine. Aderyn.
Well, I have to think about because I'm not where I thought I was going to be.
You're the one controlling yourself.
Did you move the full distance from the Misty Step?
1 minute. I was...
5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
There?
Yeah.
So I moved 30.
Yeah, you didn't go the full distance from the Misty Step, sure.
Oh, mid-step can go 30, can't it?
Yeah, so move another 10 feet along.
And the question is that enough? So... Still not enough.
Hold on, 30 feet can get her to the edge of the promontory there.
That's enough. Aderyn...
She will take an attack of opportunity to do it.
There is a guy in the way. Can you slide under his legs?
I will need. I'm going to need a point of inspiration to do this. This is attempting something risky to get through, and I need Aderyn to make an acrobatics check to get through. I'm going to give this guy disadvantage to block it because Balrick, you are there helping out essentially.
Can I use an inspiration, Sada? Yes, so that is your only inspiration.
Aderyn has to beat.
Aderyn is going to say not yet to Balrick's. We need to go. And yeah, she's going to roll.
She needs to beat a 12 with acrobatics.
12 on acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Or athletics if it's better. But I'm assuming she's better at acrobatics.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it's only one better. That's a 12 on the dice.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
it's a tight rung thing. Balrick essentially has to fully intervene. Balrick, you have to like throw your bow out to like pull on the guy's arm as he goes to grab Aderyn. But Aderyn manages to like squeeze through, shoving him slightly. The dress tangling in the distance.
And then what she's going to do is she's going to vortex warp the cleric.
Yes.
He has no idea what's happening to him. He will do a Constitution save.
He's barely conscious. It's literally just in range.
Yep.
There's no save on it or anything. Just going to pull the cleric.
I will, just as a point of interest, technically, she could have upcast it to get further range on it.
Oh!
Vortex Warp allows you to do further range. But the cool thing happened, so...
Cool thing happened. If she could have done that, it's probably better to do that because
we're here now.
Damn. Okay.
This is what I get for having a ranger run the cleric.
I would just like to ask momentarily for Sarah to say something as to what does Vortex Warp look like from Aderyn?
It looks like kind of like a black hole appears in front of them and sucks them like in gravity wise, and then they like get shifted to somewhere else.
Cooked out.
Yeah, love that. As you just see this momentary like disc appear in front of them, and then Cyric is like pulled against the restraints. The restraints snap, coming with him, and he disappears and suddenly appears next to Aderyn, collapsing to the floor. Too weak to be able to stand up on their own feet, but like collapses down and is now over here. Still with like rope bindings around the wrists.
We're not restricting him because he's...
No, they're completely loose. There's just like 1 or 2 feet of rope on either arm, kind of thing.
Alright, and then Aderyn is now in trouble.
Sick moment. Really in trouble.
Aderyn is once again in danger.
Aderyn is staring down a chimera that its lion's head is focused solely on her.
Yeah, but the ram head was on the other guy. The ram head
is interested in that guy. We're going to see what happens.
It's the last one inside.
Ending Aderyn's turn, it is now the villagers' turns, who... None of them saw that happen. They are too invested in this fight of a dragon come to save them and a knight wielding at least some kind of level of divine power come to save them. They are fully invested in this. Their hope invested in what happens over here. They do not see the arcane magic going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the holy magic saving me is great. Arcane magic saving me. Boo.
Boo, yes.
It just would have been interesting to see what their reaction to it would have been, and whether it would change their opinion on arcane magic. This guy's going to give up on that pursuit, I think. And we'll... 35... 25. Come sprinting around here to join this fight as the sound of battle draws them in. And this one will continue running towards Ximori. Because, let's be honest, Hunter's turn. The hunter at the back. He's just going to continue playing it cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to try and take a shot at Aderyn. 100 feet.
Who is? Oh, the hunter, yeah.
Yeah, the hunter. Sorry, give me a second. Pulls out a short bow. Aderyn's AC is 11. Short bow is disadvantage at this range. That is a 14 to hit Aderyn. Which will hit currently. Cast shield. Purple kind of thin crystalline energy projection comes up. The short bow shot clatters against it and falls down.
I don't think this camera are about to crash into it.
His turn.
Yes.
He'll stay. It is now the knight's turns. One of them is dead. One of them is charmed. The other one is on Ximori. 2 attacks with this two-handed serrated sword at you, Ximori. Each
At
one
advantage.
At advantage.
I went reckless.
3 and a 1.
Wow, that misses.
Another 1, but the other one is a 21.
Oh, that'll hit. Oh no, my bonus point.
9. 12 points of slashing damage.
Half 6.
Yep. And 6 points of poison damage as this blade is coated in the last residuals of their poison.
Do I half the poison as well? I don't remember.
I don't think you do.
No, I don't have poison resistance. So that's 6 points of poison. Takes me to that. Plus how many poison was it? Sorry, 6. Right, that brings me to there.
None of the
as my reaction.
Yeah.
In my Draugshi form, as that sort of comes in, my tail is going to lash around.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a... What number is that? Oh, it's at 20.
Oh. I don't think that's going to do him well.
No, I had the light glinting off it weirdly. That one and that one. Always position your ring lights properly, children. Right, that is plus. Sorry, 24 points of piercing.
How do you want to do this?
As the sword connects, he's got a moment of looking like, aha!
Yeah, he starts
tail.
pulling it to serrate the skin with the serrated edge.
And as he's grinning, pulling it back, my tail just flicks over my shoulder and goes through his mouth.
The blade momentarily, he loses grip of the blade before it comes out of your flesh.
I'll just shrug it out.
Yeah, you feel Bass go, and your flesh momentarily, the muscles cramp and re-knit and just force the blade out, and it goes clattering off the side of the room. It is then the Dominators.
What is the CR of the Knights?
3.
I gain 3 temporary hit points.
Nice. It is now the Dominator's turn, who looks around at the knight and the holy symbol, and the dragon just goes. And he's going to make 2 swipes at Arquen and 1 at Deck.
Come on, Arquen.
Arquen. That is
boy.
A 23 to hit Arquen.
Oh, that hits Arquen.
And an 18 to hit Arquen.
That is his armor class, so that's going to hit.
A point that I need to make on Arquen, I forgot to say, I magic weaponed him.
Good point. So it's +1.
Oh.
Just so you remember.
The guy took an extra point of damage. There you go. At Arquen, that is 9 points of slashing.
-9.
And 9 necrotic.
Ooh.
And then the second attack is another 10 slashing.
Oof.
And 6 necrotic.
Oh dear. Arquen did not like that.
And against Deck, it is a 16 to hit Deck.
Dex AC is a 17.
Yeah!
Hey.
You see, like, this axe just huge, like, muscle-bound strength. There's not necessarily any skill to it, just power behind the strikes that just batter back Arquen's shield, and then he, like, heel turns on the spot to use the momentum to just bring a huge, like, two-handed strike down on Deck, and Deck literally just, like, drops the head, exposes, like, the ridge of, like, crystalline scales on the back of the neck, and it just clang off the back of it to a, like, sound of almost pealing thunder off the back of Deck. And all of the people in the prison are like, it's real! As the people are starting to believe. Lesley.
You've got an angry, half-naked man running at you.
Who looks fairly emaciated, is it?
Emaciated.
Emaciated, thank you. But he's like swirling these chains about them, like angrily lashing towards you.
This is a Thursday night at the local club. Let's go for the Dominator and hope Berserker 2 is chill.
Go for it. He's just like, no, I'll deal with that later.
Yeah, this is a future Lesley problem. Like, the current problem is to get these people out of the cage.
Go for it.
So, going up, just like running, sword drawn already, ready to go. Gonna go in with the dragonfly sword first. Oh no, it's +8. It's okay. It's a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Good. And that's yay for 12 points of stab. Sorry. Second attack is a natural 20.
Let's go, Lesley!
Lesley!
And I would like to make it a blinding strike. So I add my martial die, but I don't do anything with the martial. It's just plus extra 8 on top of the.
You do crit the martial die as well.
Do you actually?
Yes.
Because you choose to do it after.
Dice
you
you're
Yes,
rolling.
it's exactly the same as a smite.
It's extra damage, not separate damage.
Correct.
Beautiful. Okay, sorry. So I need to do some maths, which, as we all know, is my downfall. It's not 8 plus 6 plus 8.
Chris, go!
8 plus 6 plus 8 is 22.
Thank you. That's
Nerds, activate.
What does this crit hit look like, considering you're also blinding him in the process?
Oh yeah. Well, so the part of the mechanic of the blinding strike is sort of like he's gonna like hit with the dragonfly sword, and then -1, 21. I forgot about the sword. He'll scoop up like a handful of dirt and spin around and sort of like throw it. And I guess the way he's spinning and the way he's throwing it, it's kind of going to hit the back of Arquen's head, but it's also going to spray into his eyes. It's going to look really cool, except that it does dog.
Against
He doesn't see it coming as it just bursts around Arquen's head.
Against all odds, considering he's got like basically a full faceplate armor, he's just got 2 small slits of the eyes. He rolled a 15 on his con save, which is lower than your DC. And
There's
just
so much
as
in
the
his eyes.
slash goes through, he realizes there's another combatant just in time to turn around as this dirt and rock just go clattering in to the eye sockets. He's just scum. He is now blinded for a round.
Woo!
You have a bonus
Right,
action still.
fellas. Bully him hard.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
He likes it rough.
Bonus action now?
Do I have second?
Balrick, well, remember, Hunter's Mark has ended on the other one.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Tauri, you're up in a sec.
Gonna bonus action second attack, because why not?
Yeah, offhand.
Why not? 15 plus 8, so...
Yeah, that hits.
hit. Not an incredible amount, literally six amount of damage.
This guy has now been taking a number of wounds and is starting to, like, breathe heavy, and the swings are getting just a little bit more laboured with the axe.
But can Lesley aim? I know it's not the most of it. Can Lesley sort of aim it? So we're really sort of trying to hack away at whatever's holding his keys on.
If you want to do that with the bonus action attack, I'll say he takes no damage, but I will give you that you take the keys off and they land on the floor.
Nah. This guy's also fucking up my friend.
6 hit points for the keys. What do you want?
I want both, but the world isn't. No, I didn't say it before as well, so I'll keep the 6 hit points.
Cool. Tauri, you're up.
Oh, how hurt does this guy look?
The guy who's chasing you.
The guy who's right in my face.
He's got some wound. He's got one massive glaive wound across his chest.
Does he look bloodied or not?
He is technically bloodied, but these guys are also pretty impervious to harm.
Yeah, no, I was busy trying to work out level 1 or level 2.
I cast goodbye.
Are you Thunderwave?
I'm Thunderwaving. Is there any way I can make him bounce off the cliff for extra damage?
It's a 10-foot shove.
15.
15-foot shove. I mean, right now he will bounce off the cliff, and I will say he'll take another D6 bludgeoning damage from bouncing off the cliff because it's an extra 5 feet into it.
You know what?
I'm fairly sure it's 15.
I'm doing it at level 2.
Level 2.
No, sorry, it is 10 feet.
I'll still give it. It's fine.
Well, I was going to say, if it's 10 feet, what I can do is I can step round to here, because it's 10 foot to that little outcropping for sure.
No, stay where you were. It's fine. I'm good. He does have to fail a Constitution save first.
Yep.
With a DC of
in front of Tauri.
15. That's an 8.
Cool. I don't need to worry about using custom words, so excellent.
Yeah, he's just running towards you with this maul of a weapon and just like starting to swing it as you go.
And we said an extra D6.
Extra D6 bludgeoning damage, yeah.
I'm not going to complain with that at all. 24.
How do you want to do this?
The Thunderwave, I'm going to go with I kind of kneel down and go, are you ready? What's this? And shoot him up into the air, like diagonally up into the cliff. And you actually, like everyone else can see him, just hit the top of the cliff and start cartwheeling away.
When he hits the top of the cliff, he hits it with his head first, and you hear a sickening crack as the neck breaks, and it goes full ragdoll. He's going end over end as all loss of limb happens.
Full Skyrim ragdoll.
If anyone's close enough, you would see Tauri go.
It is.
And then I'm going to just go 1. Hold on, wait. How far away are you now? God damn it. I'm going to take a step forward, yell at Ximori. Keep doing what you're doing, but don't get lost in it. We don't need you dead. And also give him a bardic inspiration.
Cool.
And then I will go. Is
that a D8 on you?
It is a D8, and you get it for an hour for now.
Right.
And then I'm going to hide back round the corner for now.
Cool. Right now, as far as they're concerned, the situation is still in hand. They outnumber you, and so will continue rushing you. So this torturer is now going to dash across. I think he's going to start heading towards you, Tauri. He sees you do that and identifies a potential target of interest. And then it is the Chimera's turn.
Just a very quick question. It
Yeah.
doesn't affect going. If I recast Hypnotic Gaze,
The moment you start casting it, you are concentrating it, the other one drops.
yes. But if I cast it on the same area, I would get them all again, correct?
Yes, they would all have to
Yes.
reroll.
Cool, that's fine. I'm just looking at how people are coming in and going, can I time this?
Can I funnel them? Come on.
I'm like, come on.
It is the Chimera's turn.
Oh, could I also yell at Ximori, get them in a huddle around you? Everyone in a huddle around you.
I mean, sure. I don't know how much of that went in, but sure.
Balrick. How much of an attention hog do you want to be?
Aderyn's very much in danger, so I'll be yelling at the creature.
In fair, Aderyn does currently have an AC of 19.
As an AC of 16.
16. Oh no, Aderyn, why?
Her AC is 11 normally.
Oh no.
I tell you what, this is what the Chimera is going to do. The Chimera is going to swoop past. The goat head is going to ram Aderyn. At which point, the dragon head, ironically, is then going to come in and try and bite you, Balrick. And then it is going to rake claws at the Vashar standing next to you.
Mm-hmm.
So against Aderyn, that is a 21 to hit Aderyn.
Of course, hits.
Aderyn takes... sorry, looking at the wrong one. 13 points of bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. The dragon's head comes in to bite you. You can feel the heat in the back of its jaws, Balrick. That's cocked. For a 15 to hit you, Balrick, I don't believe hits.
Misses.
And then it rakes claws at the guy standing next to you with a dirty 20. And deals him 9 points of slashing damage. Which is the first damage he's taken. And it ends its turn the other side of you as it does like a full sweep across.
Attack of opportunity from Aderyn?
If
Or is it a
Aderyn
flyby?
She's used her reaction. She's used her reaction on shield.
Oh yeah.
Balrick.
Balrick's turn. Oh, Balrick's not looking good, is it? Not in a great
Big
position.
turn for Balrick.
And also, our escape route's just been blocked. Oh, I was thinking of loads of stuff.
You're now up close to this thing. You can see that this thing has, for lack of a better term, been tortured and pain-induced into a rage and then pointed at a direction. It has been like, it is just angry and lashing out at whatever it is closest to it right now. It doesn't have a master, and it just wants to feed.
Cool. So if I can get away from it. Alright. I'm gonna shout at Aderyn, get away from here. And I am going to grab a small pouch from a belt and slam it in the ground and do a not the smoke bomb that I have because I gave that away, but fog cloud.
Ah, cool.
On top of me. So that's
What's the area of that?
so it is a 20-foot radius, which is 40 feet. So
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go the other way, sadly. Run away the wrong way, but fog cloud right there on top of me. And then I'm gonna attempt to run away. You know what? I'm gonna attempt to run away the other direction to kind of draw their attention. I think maybe no, because they can't see me. I'm an attention hog. Yeah, I'm gonna run away the other way. So number 9 can have an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
Sure. Give me a second. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm drawing out your fog cloud. There's your fog cloud, which does get Aderyn and Cyric in it as well, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
Attack of opportunity. at disadvantage because of fog cloud. Natural 1.
And I'm gonna give the Chimera
Rolled terribly for their attacks this session.
I am gonna give the Chimera one and run away, but I'm yelling at the Chimera. I tell you what, because it's
Natural
a monstrosity
3 from the Chimera misses as well.
but yeah, I'm yelling to get their attention. And because it's a monstrosity, I'm yelling at it in a language that no one else guaranteed understands.
Fair enough. Make me a persuasion check. Or animal handling. I'll give you animal handling because for you, monstrosities might as well be animals.
I would technically understand it, but
that's a good point. You've got red language. You can't hear it.
Oh. No, I know. That's why I said technically, but I'm too far away.
I still think you wouldn't recognise what language it was, even with.
Would I know what language? No. Would I understand it? Yes.
You would.
Big difference.
15 on the dice plus 3, so 18.
You feel a small gout of fire in your direction that definitely is drawn to head towards you. Assuming that's what you want.
I want it and number 9 as well, preferably.
Cool, that ends Balrick's turn. Ximori.
Right, can I spend a point of inspiration for a big old sweeping attack? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, can I also have Hunters marked the... I don't want to Hunters mark the Chimera because we're not going to kill it.
Okay.
The guy?
I am going to Hunters mark the Chimera just so I always know where it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, give me a point of inspiration and make an attack roll. And we'll use the single attack roll against the 2 guys that are... I'll say just the 2 guys because the glaive reach is allowing you to swing rather than the guy on the floor because he's not up there. I just remembered.
Yep. And yeah, I'm going to go reckless again.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, that is 16 plus numbers. 23.
That hits.
D6, D10, D4. Plus number 18 points of slashing and 5 points of thunder.
23. 2 solid blows, second attack.
Second attack, I'm going to grab 19 while 18's still reeling and coming back up. I slash, grab him, pull him in, and I'm just going to bite into his throat. I'm so close to that 20, but then it rolled. It's still an 18 on the dice. That is numbers. It's big numbers. It's a 1d4 plus 4. 8.
8 points.
8 points, and I'm going to empower that, so I'm going to gain 8 hit points back out of him.
Yeah, you just rip and tear out of his throat. It tastes... Initially, it tastes wrong, and then it tastes good. As a separate palate takes over.
Yeah. Huh.
Anything else in your turn?
Right, that's my action and my bonus action, so that... it's my action, and I don't have anything I can use in a bonus action.
This guy finally manages to climb up. These guys, one more. I think they're going to head towards the thunder with Tauri. They can see that enough of them are heading there, so are going to 30. As these 2 begin heading towards you, Tauri. Oops. This guy will rush in towards Lesley, who just did some damage to the boss guy. This guy in his panic is going to try and slash at the Chimera. I'm going to start with him.
I appreciate number 12 got suplexed off the cliff and went, oh, thank you.
Look at
that.
I ain't dealing with the Chimera.
Oh boy, I want none of that.
Misses the Chimera in the dark, in the fog. I just re-rolled because at disadvantage, the second roll with the nat 20. But yeah, just goes swings, misses the Chimera, and then tries to head towards you, Balrick. 30 does exit the Chimera's range. The Chimera attacks him in the back with its claws. Deals a chunk of damage. Ooh, nasty. And gets to you, Balrick, but that's all it can do on his turn. This one attacking you, Lesley. Nearly a nat 20, but is a 21. No, a 19. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong stat block. 7 points of slashing damage to you, Lesley. And then 3 are going to attack you, Ximori, all at advantage.
I understand.
That's 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. Just. One of them is a 16, which is exactly your AC if you want to use your reaction.
No, I'll use it for damage.
Cool. 9, 10, 16 plus 9, 25 halved to 12.
Overall?
Yeah, that's everything.
Right, so that is... was it 12 we half that to?
Yeah, 12 total. And it is...
I'm on 69.
And it is Arquen's turn.
I'm going to use my reaction as Ximori.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
To do a glaive attack on the one that I just bit.
Yeah.
It's still at advantage because Reckless is until the beginning of my next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a 19 on the dice. So close. Get one number more. 14 points of slashing, 6 points of thunder.
As, in retaliation, as they all just like start hacking and slashing you just like get beaten down briefly, but just use it to just get below their guard and just straight up through the groin area, and it comes piercing out the side of their torso, and you just like...
I'm just gonna then just fling the body off the roof.
Goes flying off the roof.
Against the rocks.
Yeah. Arquen's turn.
Before I do that, I just want to mention that as I drop the fog cloud, obviously the magic on the sword fades.
Okay.
Yeah. Arquen is going to... I think we're going to go in, step in, take a swing first of all. That
has advantage.
The blind man.
Blinded.
Yep.
Roll like you.
I didn't. I didn't. It's still good. It's still 21.
Yeah, I'll hit.
And I think Arquen will
smite.
Will divine smite. He'll press his advantage. So weapon damage, that is 11 points of slashing, 2 points of radiant to begin with, and then
which becomes 4.
Plus that is 12. Plus that is 18 points of radiant, doubled to 36.
How do you want to do this?
I think as Arquen, as he's fighting, sees the people beginning to stand and look, as the guy's staggering blinded, raises his sword up. The ghost fire around it blazes brighter. It just brings it down in one clean slash, which carves through the armor, just leaving a line of brightness behind it that bursts.
For the sake of this, I hope you don't mind me just slightly doing something in the deck. As that happens, it catches the dawn light, which is what gives that additional radiant glow to that, as the morning catches the blade. And he just drives through, and in the act of doing that, Derek spits forth fire, catching the edge of this trailing ghost fire, igniting it in true fire, which takes into the flesh, begins blackening that pale flesh as the blood vessels themselves begin to just get burnt through with dawn light. And underneath this helmet, you just see a little bit of burst of light, as then he just collapses down to one knee. Suddenly the weight of the armor he is wearing just brings him down to one knee, and then just faint mist burning off in the dawn just creeps off his form.
I think then Arquen's going to spin around Leslie's back and come around Lesley the other side with a slash against the armoured one. Because I think he probably sees the Berserker, sees they're emaciated, sees... briefly sort of takes them in. Mm-hmm. And it's... He's aware of the danger, but doesn't want to sort of go at them too hard too quickly. But against this other one, that is a 17.
Hits.
D8. Oh, Arquen, you lost your nerve. That is 6 points of slashing. No, sorry. Yep, 6 points of slashing. That's better. And 4 points of radiant, double to 8.
This one takes his own. He's staring down at the one that died and is reaching for the blade that it dropped when Arquen just comes in, stabs it in the back of his head. As the tide of battle has shifted, the villagers all start rattling on the cages, saying, "Let us out! Come on, we can help!" This momentous shift in things has happened. You can see that the standard guy that's there is just in a little bit of shock seeing what happened there. It hasn't yet kind of echoed around the rest of the battlefield, but you definitely feel like in this moment the tide has shifted. We're going to go to break, and we'll pick up the remainder of this combat in a little bit. And we'll jump right back into initiative with Aderyn, whose turn it is, with Cyric at her feet, somewhat holding his arm. Aderyn, as the fog completely envelops her, what does Aderyn want to do?
Aderyn is also prone.
Drag him out of the fog and away from the edge, because obviously there's an archer.
Yeah, sure.
Can she do anything after that? Is that an action?
That is not an action, that just uses her full movement to stand up and drag that far.
Action then. Is there an action where she can slap him awake? Because that feels very ad. Just go, wake up, wake up.
He currently does not have a hit point to be woken up with.
Can shake him.
It doesn't use up Aderyn's action, but Aderyn does shake him. Aderyn does notice that he is breathing very shallowly. Tell you what, roll a medicine check for Aderyn. As I try to fit.
Yes, the medicine check is the face clapping.
An 18 on the die. Plus 2, 20. Dirty 20.
Bless you.
Thank you. Well, sorry, what was that total? I was too busy
20.
sneezing my nostrils off. 20. Aderyn takes a look down at Cyric. Cyric is cut up in not a tortured way, just beaten and bruised. There's been worse on other individuals. However, the primary thing Aderyn notices is he is missing his left eye. His left eye has been cut out with a horrid, serrated, rough gash that just etches from here down to here. The eye that was in there is the eye is still kind of in there, but split in half, and you can see a wedge of stone embedded in the eye. Aderyn, upon looking at this stone in Cyric's face, formerly like relatively like handsome-ish face, fair score, just to be marred by this slash. Aderyn staring at that stone. Aderyn, you can feel that stone. Like, it has presence. It has a desire to be.
Aderyn looks at the stone and goes, what does she say? Says something weird about eyes. Tara, say something. This guy's lost an eye and you've got eyes. What does she say?
I've got spare.
She goes, I've got spare if you need some for his unconscious body.
Doesn't respond. She still has her action though.
And then turns around. There's the fog cloud. She can't see down on the ground. She's walked away from the cliff edge to avoid the hunters thing. What can she even do?
Dodge action. Hold an action.
Hold an action in case something tries to eat her. Like a very large angry chimera.
Might want to hold the action, hold the reaction for shield spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dodge action.
I'll go for dodge, just right in the middle.
Hide action works. She might take a hide action to make sure the chimera doesn't realise she's over here.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
She like whispering and going like shh. At the unconscious body, she's like shh.
Shut up! Shut up!
At the voices as well. She's like shh. Shh. 14.
14. She takes a quick look around, finds like a small outcropping that she tried to hunker down behind. It's not great. She tries to like pull up all of her dress and stuff like that. She hopes it's enough to not be noticed. That ends Aderyn's turn. Villagers' turns. Some of the villagers lose a little bit of heart seeing their former friends rush by enraged and seemingly lost completely as they descend upon Arquen and Lesley. The first one on Lesley is a dirty. Is a.
Make it dirtier.
18 to hit, Lesley.
Make it dirtier.
Real dirty.
For 5 points of bludgeoning damage as a chain just like racks it straight across the middle of your back. And against Arquen, a natural 1. And then, yeah, as Arquen just sees this one coming and just like parries the shield away and sees this poor individual. This one is going to make an athletics check to try and leap off these barrels to get to Ximori. Natural 19, clears, gets up with enough movement to make an attack against you. With a natural 19 for 4 after 2 bludgeoning damage.
Ow. I killed that other one, so that gives me another 1 hit point. 1 temporary hit point. And I take 2 points of damage.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Legs it!
The hunter is just disappeared back in the cave, is he?
This guy steps out to take a look around. Sees the dead body of the demagogue. Smirks. And sees the cleric missing. And is going to head this way. 30. Underneath the fog cloud, he is still visible through it, though. As you just see this individual in kind of long, very dusty black robes, clutching a small chest, just taking a look around and begins to move.
Do I see him?
You would... Yeah, with your passive perception, you see a figure come out and start moving. That's him. I think they're all dead, except for the one that's currently charmed. He's already dead. Lesley!
Yo. Sorry.
Yo, raise the roof.
Lesley is gonna try and kick up the keys into his hand, as they should be.
Yep, free action to pick those up. That's not a problem.
Superb.
You are a little surrounded.
Yeah, there's not really a way out of this without taking some opportune attacks.
Deadly whirling blades.
Yeah, Deadly Whirling Blades it is, I think. Well, we're gonna
Do you have a...
one.
I was gonna say, do you have like a maneuver that lets you move without opportunity attacks?
No.
Can you move yourself with your repositioning?
That's a good question, actually.
Does your combat superiority not mean that attacks of opportunity are at disadvantage against you? Or is that your attacks of opportunity are at advantage?
You're at advantage. Soon it will be the other way around, but I think for now, at 6th level, I get the opportunity. I get advantage.
Cool.
Can I maneuver myself? Can I tactical command myself?
No, I think it does say an ally, does it not?
No, it says when you roll initiative. Well, 1 second. As a bonus action, you can issue a new command to a friendly creature who can see or hear you within 60 feet. I am friendly to myself.
I'm going to say it defeats the point.
I think so. Yeah, exactly. It's not like, I'm going to be good at this.
Come on, Lesley, let's move.
Lesley, you can do this.
That's what you do?
That's fine. So Lesley's going to attack Berserker 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, let's start with that. Let's start there and let's use a d20 and not a d10. That's going to be 26 points.
That'll hit.
That'll be 3 plus 6, 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You slash across the chest. This thing stumbles and then just snarls with this large vestige of energy and goes to ring the chain up towards you. He's still just alive.
Sorry.
Demonetized.
Get demonetized. Our lucrative sponsorship with Huel. Huel, get in contact.
They've sponsored us. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go again. That's gonna be a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, no matter what you do, you've got enough damage to then just put them down. There is a little bit of remorse, as very clearly this is just a very weakened villager that is now just unable to recognise friend from foe, and you somewhat mercifully end their suffering.
Yeah, don't feel good about it, but you do what you gotta do. Because Leslie's about to take some disgusting opportunity attacks. He's gonna try... just the one, yeah, maybe.
So,
where is the gate?
I was going to say, just for your record, the gate is here.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, we're gonna take 2. That's fine, you know
2,
what?
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can sort of wheel around Arquen.
You can move through Arquen, you can move through allies, that's fair enough to just pirouette around.
Yeah, I mean keeping the attacks to a minimum.
Yeah.
We're just gonna accept it, it's fine.
2 attacks of opportunity.
In the cage of more.
From the actual Vashar. The actual Vashar does hit you.
Arquen will use protection to give disadvantage from that. That's their reaction.
Becomes a natural 3. It's Arquen just, as the slash is going to it, Arquen sees you pick up the keys, recognises what you're doing, and just steps to pivot around, throws the shield up across your back. You don't even actually recognise him do it. You're just
it's like a basketball interception, just standing there ready, and as the Vashar turns, Arquen's already there.
And then the Berserker does lash out a chain towards you. That will also hit with a 18.
All other attack rolls against the target until the start of the next turn are
all there. All attack rolls.
All attack rolls.
Oh, cool. That lowers it to a 13.
Doesn't hit.
As Arquen sees the chain coming across and just throws their blade out to just hit the chain in the middle and just pivot it down. So the chain just, you hear it thud behind you and you just keep running.
Cheers, Arquen! And Lesley is going to action surge to open the door.
Easily done. The key picked up, the lock just falls and thuds to the dusty earth. You swing open the door, and the villagers all just look up. And there's a moment's hesitation of, should we try to run now? There's still 2 of them there.
Yeah. So Lesley is gonna shout. I'm gonna include this as part of action surge. Lesley is gonna shout for them to run to the
Tree line.
Oh, yeah, to our poisonous hut that we've cleared out.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check, please.
1 second.
They're still somewhat trying to overcome the fear. There is a swirling battle. Some of them are emboldened, some of them are afraid.
Yeah.
There's a chimera somewhere.
Yeah.
Persuasion. I will use one of my penultimate martial die to use commanding presence.
Go for it.
Which will be a 17 plus 23. Oh no, sorry, plus charisma.
Plus the
23 plus
actual
charisma.
persuasion modifier.
Yeah, 26.
26.
Oh.
Are you not
Where's
proficient
my-
in persuasion?
I don't know, I'm just adding things now. Yeah, plus another 3.
The 29.
9.
Yeah, Lesley, you just swing this open. What is, I will tell you the outcome of this is you convince the ones, that are women and teenagers, not full-on children, but, adolescent kids, to break for the line. There are a few minors in here, including one missing a hand, who look at you and are, emboldened and looking for weapons. What does it look like when Lesley encourages them?
Lesley's gonna yell loudly. He's got dad voice, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna
battle
yell.
touching.
Those of you that can, run, help those who need help. If you feel up to it and are skilled enough, you may help us fight, but you protect yourselves, protect your people. First and foremost.
Excellent. Yeah, a number start fleeing across as about 24 just begin running for the tree line, but then 4 of them come out, head over to kind of pick up fallen and discarded weapons and arm themselves with just they're a little clumsy with it, but they're now emboldened and are here to help as tide has definitely turned. Is that end your turn, Lesley?
Are any of them the guy with one hand?
Yes.
Ah! Get your life, man!
He actually picks up one of the one of the hammers that has fallen down, hefts it in one hand, just gonna have to get used to this. And just
Go to your way.
Tauri, your turn.
Okay, I am going to do something terribly, terribly risky that might backfire.
Are you recasting a hypnotic pattern by any chance?
No, I'm going to hold it.
Okay. So by holding it, you drop concentration.
That's why it's a risk. I don't think these guys will be going, and my reaction is going to be one of 2 things.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
These guys get out of the imaginary box I've put in my head around them,
Yep.
or they're about to get out, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
they go to move out.
Yeah. Or the torturer gets within the box, or I think gets close enough to the box.
Okay.
I'm willing to miss out on the torturer to get the 5, but if he gets close enough, then I'm going to set it off, if that makes sense.
Okay. Is that end your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. The torturer, upon seeing the doors open, just spins and goes, "No, they're mine!" in Abyssal. And heads towards the fleeing villagers.
That's an oddly familiar sentence.
In that instance, then, I probably would set off the box.
You will then trigger off the box. I don't even need to measure this up. All 5 of them will be in.
Yeah, I checked. It was if the torturer came within close enough range, I might have got him, but
Right.
Oh, could I also have, just beforehand,
Yeah.
I will want to have moved to about here, so that all of them are within 60 feet of me.
Cool. Right.
Oh, no, that doesn't matter. I would not have moved, because I won't have a reaction.
Ah, okay.
Cut and word, because I use my reaction for this, don't I?
Yes.
So I wouldn't have moved because I can't use cut and word, so
Okay.
60 feet doesn't matter.
The knight does succeed with a natural 18.
Damn it!
Number 13 fails. 14 fails. 7 fails. 4 fails. All of them rolled below your DC and they have no modifier. So 4 of them are charmed.
2 of them again.
Yes, they like momentarily like spin around trying to like get their bearings as to what's happening, have no time to assess what's going on, and then suddenly they're back underneath it.
Ooh, colours.
But that knight does kind of take a look around.
I am just kind of tucked around the corner, slightly out.
We'll see what happens on their turn. Torturer Chimera's turn.
I think that was worth it.
Perception check for the Chimera, disadvantage.
Action economy-wise, it's way worth it.
Is going to chase after the blood it can smell, which is you and the other guy. And is going to be frustrated with the fog because it can't see where you are, just knows the general direction. And Balrick, you just see the fog begin to glow as the dragon's head opens its mouth and a gout of fire erupts out. And I need you and the other guy to roll a dex save. He rolls a 7 and fails.
Dex saves. I'm good at them. That is a 17.
17. That succeeds. You will take half damage from 7d8. 11.
Get ready for that concentration check.
26. Balrick, you take 13 fire damage.
I got a nat 20 on the con check, so...
I believe you're also resistant to fire right now?
If deck is fire damage,
Because
then
don't you get dex resistance
Ooh,
at
do I
this
get
level?
dex? I think I do,
Or is
yeah.
it at next level you get that? The other guy takes 26 fire damage, which incinerates it. You see the flames coming towards you. They wrap around, burn away the fog briefly, wrap around the guy who's running towards you, and he just gets cooked in the leather that he's wearing, collapses down to the floor at your feet, still smouldering the stink of burning meat at your feet.
It's next level.
Next level. So you take 13 fire damage.
Cool.
But that ends the Chimera's turn. It is now your turn, Balrick.
Cool. I am going to attempt to... So I know it's coming to me. I know that I want to get Cyric up, so if I'm going to try and take the hide action... Oh,
You're fine. Carry on.
it's drifting.
Yeah.
Hide action and try and loop around it so that hopefully when it comes out of the fog, I will not be there and it'll be confused. So, hide action. Do you want me to stealth now?
Yeah. What I will say is right now, it can't make an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, so I don't even need to make a hide action, do I?
It's not within 5 feet of you.
No, but I'm saying, like, afterwards, will it hear where I've gone?
If you're not being stealthy, it will have a chance to know where you are. Like, it's in fog, but it is also an animal. You know that it is a hunter, so it is pretty decent at perception.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to attempt to hide to then move around stealthily to next turn get to Cyric.
Go for it. Make me a stealth check.
Oh, yeah. A 11, 24.
24. Okay. You are soft at pointing out the soft spaces to move around, and successfully, you think, are silent as you move.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to drop kind of into the fog again. Oh, so that when it comes out, it can't look around and see me.
Sure.
I know which direction I'm going.
And you know where it is.
Could I have just said on my turn, I'd have popped my head around, seen the villagers are being freed, and mentally told Aderyn that the villagers are out, we need to start getting out of here.
Sure. That ends Balrick's turn. Ximori.
Right, I've got 2 people here, so we're going to have a little bit of Ximori time with them.
Oh, you have
By which I
3
mean I'm
there,
going
actually.
to attack them. Yeah, I'm going to get to that one.
Okay.
I'm going to recklessly and viciously attack them.
Go for it.
Nat 20!
Woo! Is this on 17 or 18? 18
this will be on. This will be on 18 then. I have gone reckless again, so everything will get advantage on me with melee attacks.
Yep.
Ooh, that is the wrong dice. That's the right one. I thought 6 was a bit much to roll on a d4. Right. 15, 16 plus that 23 slashing and 8 thunder.
That'll do it. Yeah, you just slice them almost in half. It's not quite a clean blade, but they do kind of like tent fold across the roof as they go down.
Then, yeah, I will do the same thing to the other one with a spin of the old glaive. 23?
Yeah.
22. That is 18 slashing, 2 thunder.
6. Yeah. He takes a step back, but then comes lunging back towards you.
Feel free to say no, but for my bonus action, can I attempt to intimidate the berserker by basically grabbing him with my tail, just turning to him with my horrible demonic face and just basically screaming in his face, "No!"
Roll me an intimidation check.
I'm going to use my bardic inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 19 plus that is 25 plus that is 32.
Against all odds, this thing is vacant behind the eyes. It is just fury and bloodlust. It goes to swing its chain towards you as you wrap your tail around its arm, pulling it down. It stares you in the face. It sees something other behind it. As something, if any of you could see, you see Ximori's whole face just transform into almost a dark wolf with like a hyena-based jaw made of black scales and stone just erupt forth for a second, and this figure just like stumbles back as a reality hits home and just runs and jumps off the roof and lands snapping their neck.
There we go.
Oh, that was unexpected.
Anything else on Ximori?
Nope, that's my action and bonus action.
You rolled a 32, man.
Yeah.
Bass,
I think it's sort of cowering, like, you know.
you just
turn them into a
hear in
cowering
your
clown for a
head a wolf's howl with the base of the sea just erupt in your mind.
Cool.
This one will then try to stab you in the back with his very pointy stick. Natural 2. Natural 18 will hit.
Right. I'm going to take that damage, and he's going to take an attack too.
10 points of slashing damage. 10 points of piercing damage, half to 10.
10 half to 10.
Sorry, 10 half to 5.
Okay. And yep, he's going to take a tail. 22.
Yeah.
21, sorry. That's a D8. Yes. 16 points of slashing. Of piercing, even.
And thunder?
No, it's my tail.
Oh, your tail. Your tail goes straight through. You're fairly certain that an organ is on the end of your tail as you pierce through the body, and this thing is still trying to like stab at you with a spear, but he's looking in a very bad way. That's him.
I'll snack later.
Oh, and then this regular one is in fury going to attack Arquen.
Yep.
Natural 7 won't hit Arquen, as Arquen at this point is just like fully emboldened and just like as the people are like fleeing behind him, they recognize this wall of armor. They are actually using him and going around and behind him to head towards the hut. That guy died in fire. Cool. Arquen.
Right, Arquen is emboldened. And so, will... do they have anything... Yes. Right, so I think emboldened by this, Arquen sort of brings their shield down across their face. Opens the hand, and that sort of witchfire, like, light as they bring it across, and he's going to give himself 25 hit points back with Lay on Hands.
And as his action?
And as his action, he is going to lethally attack 12.
Go for it. No, 12 is on their last legs as well.
Not 20.
Don't even roll damage.
Really dead.
Yeah, just expertly parrying their blades, just thrust, and it perfectly pierces the heart. Back out.
And then, like, basically going to pommel strike, so non-fatally.
Sure.
It's just going to try and ring the bell of the Berserker.
Go for it.
So 19, Hugh has come to me.
Channel him.
Channel the Hugh. So that is 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 3 points of radiant.
Yeah, that will.
Merciful radiance.
The radiance, like the first hit, the radiance almost is like cushions the blow. You just see like a momentary cushion, and they just go limp and clatter to the floor. The chains all silent. You see a couple of the villagers kind of look at the body almost in recognition, and then just keep running.
And then Arquen will, yes, to the forest with all of you, and will take up a position basically between the torturer and the retreating people.
Sure.
I think Deck will sort of hold that side of the channel as well.
Sure. Aderyn.
If I can take over Deck for a moment, I think Deck can hear the Chimera and feels a sort of, there's a drakeness to it, and actually does walk towards that, sort of hissing to get in between the villagers and the Chimera. Like there's a sense of like similarity,
Sure.
territorial stuff.
Deck bodies up.
Can just sense it.
He's so teeny tiny compared to it.
Deck's medium sized at this point.
I know, but he just feels teeny tiny.
Deck's rideable next level. Deck's nearly, he's a Komodo dragon.
Deck at this point is the house. It's like is the house cat defending the house against the coyote. Like that's where Deck is right now. It's like,
Alright.
even though Deck is a dog in my head, it's a better analogy.
I've seen a kitten absolutely wreck a Great Dane, so I believe it.
What's Aderyn doing, Chris?
I don't know. Because she's staying hidden, and she don't want this thing on her.
She got a mental message from Tauri saying, we're getting out of here.
Problem is, the Chimera's in the escape route. What does it look like north?
North is like a scree slope, so it's quite tricky to climb, but doable.
But you won't outrun a
Not-
Chimera.
Not for an unconscious man.
No. It'll be very difficult.
Not for an Aderyn carrying an
Like,
unconscious man.
Balrick could attempt it. Balrick's, like, somewhat
He's got climb
mountainous.
speed.
But
Yeah.
you would be slow.
Aderyn is going to ready an action for if the fog cloud drops to vortex warp the Chimera.
Okay.
Yes.
He's like, fucking get out of the way. Which is
I love
like
it.
readying it.
Be gone.
And Aderyn's turn. The villagers
And
keep...
she's gonna, oh, she can't speak it to him. She's gonna whisper really loudly to Balrick, drop the fog!
The villagers all keep running. These ones with weapons kind of take a quick look around. They know that what they're here to do is to run and defend people in the process. They're not here for vengeance, per se. As much as they would like it, they choose not to run at the Torturer and just essentially cover everyone's retreat.
Got him.
As they are just...
Not gonna run at the Demagogue either.
No. They've been told to head in that direction, so they are, and they're just kind of watching for everyone. Some of them, like, one of them goes to run at the knight who's, like, taking a look around, and the other one's, like, backing up and just like, let him come to us, lad. We can take him together. And they all kind of, like, stay as a group. As the villagers, a hunter keeps running away. Demagogue taking a look around the room. Let me check something. The Demagogue takes a brief look at Derek, and then continues on their way.
What are they doing?
You can't see, you're in fog.
What are they doing?
Lesley, you have a passive perception of 9. You are focused on the villagers fleeing. You are not even aware that that guy is running right now. What I will tell you from this vague perspective, Arquen at least is battlefield savvy enough, and Tauri is observant enough. At this point, you control this area. A wise individual who doesn't want to die might be looking to leave.
That's what I said.
Might all be Thrungies though, you never know.
That ends his turn. Lesley.
Yeah, Leslie's gonna start to retreat. Lesley is gonna, like, make sure that he's sort of yeah, like between the retreating villagers and Berserker 1. I think I can make it there without, well,
Berserker 1 is unconscious.
oh, going past. Ugh.
Got dunked.
Leslie's gonna try and pick up Berserker 1.
You gonna try and pick him up?
Yeah.
Okay. You pick him up. You move at half speed while carrying an individual.
Cool.
So 5, 10, 15. You get to where you are, basically.
Yeah, I
you
mean-
essentially like haul them up and get ready to start going.
Yeah, we can. And just yelling at the men, like, to go.
Okay. That is Leslie's turn. Tauri.
I am just going to. How far away is some? Fine, I'm going to move 15 feet so I can tell Ximori it's time to leave.
Ximori, roll me a perception check.
1.
1. You're lost in it. You'll hear it. Bast's
That's awesome.
voice overrides Tauri's. but you are still yourself. Like, you can still make a conscious
Yeah.
decision observantly, but you don't hear Tauri's message.
Yeah.
With nothing else to do, I am going to do a cut-in words at the shieldy boy of number 3.
Cutting words.
Not a cut-in words, sorry.
Oh, vicious
a
mockery.
Vicious mockery is what I meant.
Succeeds. Natural
Give us
17.
that mockery.
Dude, just don't come out again. You scare children. And your mother.
Good. I like that.
Where the hell are those other two?
Oh,
I'm meant to scare children.
Brittany rolled a natural 17.
Oh, sorry, you said he passed it, right.
He just turns to look at you in that moment and just goes... Just doesn't even issue a verbal command, just like points his weapon towards you.
And then I go, well, bye-bye, and then run 15 feet
Feet back.
backwards.
Gotcha. It's Tauri's turn.
And as a bonus action, as I yell at Ximori, I'll give him a bardic inspiration as well. As part of
Torturer.
it. It's time to leave, you've done your
Does
job.
that trigger?
The bardic inspiration still hits. You still feel inspired no matter what. It was just that telepathic message via message itself coming in. The Torturer runs up towards Arquen and is going to make 2 attacks at Arquen. Goes to like grab him and pull him in, and Arquen just shrugs off the blow, but in shrugging has to like lower their guard, at which point the kind of hooked shredder-like claw just rakes up the front of Arquen's chest, dealing 10 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
And that ends turn. Chimera. The Chimera will initially keep flying in that direction, hoping to get out of the fog. Gets out of the fog.
Oh.
I think at this point, the Chimera like takes a look around, you see, and decides to fly off.
It's free.
It's free.
It's fed.
It has
Nothing's
had
trying
some
to kill it.
food. There is no reason for it to hang around, and it can always come back later to feast on the spoils. And so the Chimera heads off into the distance. Balrick.
Cool.
You hear the
Alright.
Chimera going away, and your hunter's senses know that it's disappearing off into the distance.
Cool. And hearing Aderyn whisper, I will drop the fog cloud.
Does Aderyn then vortex warp the?
She can
How
if she
far
wants.
That triggers
It's 80 feet away, so she can hurl it another 120 feet.
to the ground as well, because
Oh, it's
vortex
gonna-
warp means it has to end up on the
I
ground.
don't care about that in
Because
this
I
instance.
think Aderyn... Sarah,
Yeah.
I prepared a vortex swap to vortex the Chimera. And I was going to vortex swap. It's running away. Aderyn would do it. Aderyn would see it run away and go, I want more chaos. Okay. Alright, says Aderyn will do it. Aderyn's going to attempt to vortex swap the Chimera. It needs to make a constitution save.
Unfortunately, it does succeed.
Oh.
He rolls a 15.
Maybe that means it's unbothered.
Yes, it rolls a 15, and it just like... You see the dragon head like curl back around, looking back to what happened, but it doesn't have enough intelligence to figure out who or what was doing it,
Oh,
and its
it'd be
animalistic desire to survive and feed later continues to take it away.
Cool. Balrick's going to move closer. He's going to cure wounds
Cyric,
on Theric, and he's going to go to Aderyn. What? Don't try any more funny business with things. We need to escape. It's running away.
how many hit points does Cyric get?
So it gets 2d8 plus 3, which is 2 and a 4, 6 plus 3, 9.
9. Cyric, you see some of the gashes just kind of like get filled in with like tea tree oil or whatever Balrick's putting down.
Moss. It's just moss.
Yeah, just kind of patch up the kind of scars. Just like you see, this one good eye kind of opens up.
Ooh, how are you feeling?
I've been better, if I'm honest, my friend.
Well, let's get you out of here. Can you walk?
Help me up. I'm tougher than I look.
Hey.
He gets up. You can see like he's definitely got a limp, like something's definitely kind of broken in some capacity, and he leans on you quite a lot. But it's just like, I can. What's going on?
We're in a not very nice place. We're trying to get out.
No.
Just walk this way. Let's just walk this way, and we'll get you out.
Do you need my aid at all?
What can you do?
He like pats himself.
If you're a healer, heal yourself.
I would, but I left my symbol behind at the church. I don't have it on me right now.
Alright then. Well, you just focus on getting yourself out. Follow us. We'll get you to the exit. We'll get you out of here.
I'm with you. Come. And he begins to lead off with you. Ximori.
I've still got 10 feet of movement, so I'm gonna move 10. And if he can move with me,
yeah, I'll stick him on your initiative, and he'll just move with you.
Right. So where I've got this guy skewered on my tail,
Yes.
I was basically going to curl the tail like back around, so I'm pushing it further through, back over, and like back in again.
you're sewing him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's through the.
I'm basically sort of.
He's taken out the liver already, and now he's just going to come back up through the throat.
And a bardic inspiration that.
Keep all knitting.
Which brings that up to an 18.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
D8, D4. Ooh. 8 plus 15 points of piercing. And then just unfurls the tail and flings the body ragdolling out into the air.
Yeah, disappears down off the side of the building. Ximori, you have a decent enough perception to see what's going on. A number of these are kind of comatose. Arquen is defending as the villagers make it for the tree line. But the main thing you notice is at this point, the camp is littered with dead Vashar at this point. A retreat is well within your grasp should you wish to leave.
Yeah. I think as I climb to the top of the spire, I see that one knight that's still looking towards Tauri. And I'm going to, as part of my action, I can make a jump.
Sure.
Which I can increase by a number of feet equal to an athletics check.
Go for it.
So that is increased to 19 on the dice, plus 16.
It's exactly what you needed.
Yep.
16.
Roll me an attack with advantage.
Jesus.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
For the sake of the imagery, what is the maximum damage you do?
The maximum with the glaive is plus that one. So, right. Somebody count for me.
I got you.
Yep.
20 plus 8 plus 12
40.
plus 7.
47.
47.
Yes.
47.
I must have made a miscalculation previously.
Yeah, you did 50 previously.
Yeah, I must have miscounted something. It still would have been 40 something then.
Yeah. I will give you a devil's bargain in this moment. That's a little under his hit points because he's not taking any damage. If you impale yourself on his sword, I'll let you kill him.
Done.
You just go leaping through the shadow. Your shadow grows underneath you and takes on, again, a separate form. Something far more clawed and bestial. A shadowy entity. and you just descend down, and he turns to see you, pulls up this sword to strike towards you, and just like cavalry charge spear, just puts it through you, and your momentum carries down the entire way. You just drive the glaive all the way through. This spear, this sword sticking out your back, missing organs that you feel they miss because you feel inside you they shift to get out of the way, allowing you to get close, descend, glaive impaled, and then just finish ripping this guy's throat out. You do take 10 half to 5 piercing damage from a great sword, but you do kill this guy in a single blow.
For a bonus action, tell me if this is alright. Basically, what I want to do is drop out of rage, but to switch my natural weapon. So I'm dropping out, but then coming back into rage. Can I keep the Draugr form going?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
With that.
Bast at this point is so enraged, he's not letting you go.
Yeah, so as the tail sort of whips and disappears, I plant the glaive, and from the palms of my hands just erupts bone. Bone and obsidian just curling out into claws from the palms of my hands.
You did that, and I was imagining bone Assassin's Creed blades.
It's almost like basically between each of the fingers, the skin just splits, and a hooked claw.
Kind of like them ninja sort of claw weapons.
Yes,
yeah.
But full hand.
Yeah.
Cool. That happens. Anything else on your turn? That's your movement action, bonus action?
That's my bonus action to change over that. I think I'm just going to keep on moving towards the torturer.
Sure.
I'll take a few steps towards the torturer.
10 feet. It is now Arquen's turn.
Arquen is, probably saw this out of the periphery, but is also doing their job.
Yeah.
So I think they're just going to keep harrying the torturer with their sword.
Yeah, go for it.
So 2 attacks. So that 20 and a 3. So I think the 3 was a
crit on the nat 20.
To throw them off.
Smite on the nat 20, I dare you.
This is the only one that's sort of left.
This is the only one that's a threat at this point.
How injured has this one been looking?
He has not been hurt yet. These guys tend to be a little tougher, but a crit with a smite.
I think he'll smite.
Second level?
Just as
I don't think he has any second levels left, does he?
He has 1 second level left, but I think he wants to keep that. So he'll smite on a first level.
Go for it.
So I think he probably wants to just basically drop any additional threats to the villagers.
Yeah.
So that's the D8 for the sword, which is 8 points of slashing. Plus another 7.
15.
Is 15. And now the smite, which is 68.
Don't
8.
forget the...
and the D4
weapon.
for Divine Favour.
Divine Favour, yeah.
4 points from Divine Favour.
Double.
And yep. And then we're on 14 so far. 15, 16. 24, last one. 29 doubled to... what's that, 48?
You rolled 68, so you've already doubled it. Oh no, because that was the crit. Sorry. So
yeah,
because
it's the radiant damage.
29.
29.
58. Which is 81.
Think so.
We weren't keeping track.
15, 8, and 58. I think comes to 81.
Yep.
This guy doesn't even get a chance. This guy has got a hooked thing up underneath his breastplate, pulling at his organs, and Arquen just spins the blade, pulls in close, and just down through the neck, through the collarbone, where you see ghost fire come out of the wound, and this guy just stops living. Just is put instantly out of his misery, and just slowly the hook thing pulls out.
Yeah, he sort of pulls his sword back, sort of stands at the ready, looking around to see sort of what's going on.
There are 4 currently in a stupor, and that is it.
And Ximori is still looking that way, but the thing that he was going after has just died. So I think, it's just standing there. That will be Arquen.
I will say at this point,
Deck back to Balrick.
we will step out of initiative as there are no threats to you. The robed individual runs into this cavern and does not come back out. It is up to you what you wish to do.
Run.
You run?
Well, I think actually the biggest one is Ximori. Is Ximori able to get under control?
Ximori, I do need you to roll a wisdom save at this point. I think Arquen would probably start approaching you. Like, cautiously.
Does he get within 10 feet of me is the important question for that.
10, 15, 20, 25...
I think so.
30, I think he gets within 10. Like, he puts this guy down and, like, can see you just, like, bodied this guy and is like... Do I need to...
Well, good news, that brings it up to a 9.
Oh no.
Bast, like, you feel your muscles pull your head around to the 4 who aren't attacking. And Bast just goes, stupid.
And so I think just eyes sort of glazed over. Well, I say eyes glazed over, they're entirely black.
I will assume, Lesley, do you guide the villagers out at this point?
Yeah.
So Lesley grabs all of the villagers, pulling the unconscious barbarian with you. Deck comes with you. Deck actually waits at the bottom of this cliff to see what you're doing, Balrick.
I'll signal for him, like, as we approach, like, this bit, I signal for Deck to follow Lesley. Like, I just do a quick, like...
Yeah. As everyone...
Deck does bark a little bit at the fleeing...
Yeah, Deck snaps at their heels to make sure they keep moving and don't look back.
No, the Chimera, I would say.
Oh, the Chimera. There's a little, like, burst of fire in the Chimera's direction. Tauri, you can see Ximori is locked into those you've got underneath a spell. What do you want to do? You and Arquen are the 2 that are aware of Ximori.
I am going to... This is going to be possibly very stupid. I am going to do a vicious mockery at Ximori in order to snap him out of it, if that makes sense.
Sure. Ximori, I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Arquen will not give you the bonus at this point.
That is a flat 12.
So it goes through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So deal the damage.
Yeah.
This will be be a bonus to your wisdom save on your turn to gain control.
Yep.
So that is 6.
So you'll have +6 on your roll, +4 from Arquen.
Yep.
So you've got a +10 to your roll now.
And as part of that, it will literally be, Ximori, we have done what we needed to do. Get your head out of the fucking bloodlust.
Is that inspiration?
Okay.
No, I'm not going to give Bardic because he's got +10, so that hopefully +10.
And to be fair, if something goes wrong, you don't want me having Bardic.
No, I need the Bardic for cutting words when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Could I ask this now, will I be able to use cutting words to help him with the save?
Make the call on Bardic Inspiration.
That's fine, I won't. I'll save it just in case.
Wisdom save, Ximori, +10, plus whatever your wisdom is.
0.
Okay.
It's a 6 for 16.
Which is enough, I believe.
I just have to beat a 10, so yes.
Yes. So you just... Bast just like, no, we can have them! Come on!
And the claws just The hands sort of knit back together.
You hear just hot breathing in your head as you like exert your will on Bast.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm back. What's that in my eye? Oh, it's a tooth. Hang on. Hang on. There we go.
You all head for the tree line, and I assume...
I mean, there's only 4 of them.
Arquen looks at you and just goes, "We've taken enough lives. Let's get these people to safety.
Evil.
Let's get them to safety.
They're safer if there aren't 4 people chasing them.
We can always come back."
Alright.
Like he starts like dragging you by the shoulder slightly, and you all head into the woodlands. I assume heading back to the mine area where you hold up previously, at least as a stopping point, or do you just want to head back to the village?
It's like dawn right now, isn't it? So
it
we
is
have time
dawn.
to head all
You
the
would
way
get
down.
back to the village early afternoon, probably.
We need to pick up our cart as well.
Which is on the way to the village.
Which is on
Yeah, so I think just head all the way back to the village. No need keeping
Yeah,
these
we didn't
people
leave anything.
near.
Absolutely.
Oh, we left so many bodies around. Oh, we left so many bodies in the town. We did not tidy up at all.
We didn't cause the bodies though. The bodies were there already.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, come back to the bodies.
And he said there's no children. It's quite sad actually. There's no children here. It's only
No
teenagers.
children to tell.
Yeah, it is only teenagers. You don't know what that means.
I think we know what lunch was yesterday.
Probably.
Or some of them got out. We met a child, right?
One of them got out.
maybe
Yeah,
the
one got
children
out.
hid and escaped. You make it. I need my notes. You make it back to the village. Balrick and Arquen Balrick taking the lead to get people back as safely as possible. Arquen taking the tail to make sure you are not being followed. As you trek through.
As we find the wagon, we're going to put the worst injured people on that, obviously.
Cyric at this point is like he's toughened
Did we leave
up
the horse?
essentially.
Did we take the horse? Kick the horse away?
I think you left the horse, didn't you?
Did we leave the horse with the wagon? So the horse should be there still.
Yeah. Cyric at this point has kind of like fortified himself somewhat. You haven't seen him cast a spell, but he is like putting on a sterner face, and just every so often like touching around his left eye.
Also, Arquen will have got his back, I think, and he's riding his horse.
Yeah. Friends,
I'll put somebody else on my horse.
let's just say I think you've repaid the church's favour at this point. As you're like heading back into the town, heading down, you can see as you approach the town some 40-50 individuals waiting in town. You realise from a distance that they are wearing polished bronze, polished steel, scale mail, cloaks of blue, grey and black, and the crested helms of the army of the Jade Empire, as you approach into town.
Can I hide my glaive, please?
Yeah, sure, you can
This is the
stash it
wagon.
away in the wagon. You also have a
Yep.
bag of holding now. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, sweet, in there, please.
That's what we're going to hold.
I will say along the as you get back to town, Cyric has you said, I need to head to the chapel. I managed to stash some things. I hope for everyone's sake they didn't find them.
Don't worry, they didn't. I believe we grabbed them, didn't we?
You did. There was
Yes.
2 things in particular you found in there.
It was a cup and a necklace. A cup and his
You found
A
a
holy symbol.
book and a holy
A
symbol.
book and a holy symbol.
It's like, oh, did you claim them? Do you have them?
Who has them?
Hey, you
Not
do.
me.
They're
Did
put
I
in
do?
bag folding.
So,
Just-
what do you have with Stashaway?
Oh, I stand away from Cyric because I'm still wearing the harness.
Do you mind?
Absolutely.
He takes the holy symbol back, puts it around his neck, and just like clutches it firmly. And then you suddenly begin to see like a faint breeze echo around him, and the various wounds that you'd previously like put moss on just begin to kind of slowly smooth themselves over. The one thing that doesn't is the scar of the eye. Everything else doesn't seem to scar. This just remains, and that chunk of stone almost acting as the pupil, just sitting in there. It's good to feel her again. I wasn't certain I ever would. I hope you know just how thankful I am that you came. What possessed you to? Why are you even here?
We're traveling to Andamon. We found people in distress on the road.
Maybe this one, and he points towards Derek, like just nods towards Derek. Those are the right ones after all, eh?
I think Aderyn might want to pipe up and ask about the pit now. Do you want to do it, Tyler? No. I think
probably just. No, it's up to you.
Aderyn does want to pipe up and ask about the pit if he saw anything in the pit. She's curious about it. She wanted to go back and look at it.
To be honest, I was pretty fading in and out quite a lot at the point they put me up there. I remember it having some kind of crystal, large, like a geode of some kind, stored down there. I'm afraid I don't have much more as to what was in that pit than that.
What's going on with your eye? I say from 15 feet away.
Ximori!
What?
They've always been like that.
No, it's not. You've met this guy before.
Just saying, I'm sure we can find like a better bit. There's something that isn't just a chunk of rock.
I can feel it in there, I will be honest, but I don't know. I didn't see him as we were leaving. There was another one. Marked up in runes of fell kind in long robes. He and I spoke, or he spoke to me at length anyway. About the nature of things, and he explained who they were, where they'd came from. He wanted answers that I either couldn't or refused to give, and let's just say he did not take it kindly when I didn't see his way of things.
Ah, so we took out your eye so you could see what he meant better.
I think in some twisted logic, yes, that was his plan. He had a dagger of dark green crystal that he slashed at me with. I don't really remember much more after that. Faded in and out, being strung up between those things after that.
So what's next for you? Back to Dothras, or?
No, I still need to go to Andamon, as is my original reason for leaving. need to access the Ashavar Vault and hopefully find more. The original copy of what's contained within here. There are some answers needed as to certain events ongoing within this empire. I have some fears, I am afraid, but I think now is a time not to focus on dark, foreboding times and just be joyful that by the grace she brought you on her winds to come save us and all of them.
Hey, I think we should rest up for the rest of the day. Don't want to do more travelling, but we'll talk as a group, and maybe you'll need some more muscle on your way to Andamon, so nothing like this happens again.
I am not too bad myself, but we'll certainly appreciate the company. And you do see, like, at this point, like, he's a fairly decent build guy. This guy's done some work in the past. You're not sure what.
He's got a sculpted bard.
But he's not a scrawny, like, bookworm. He's like work.
He's like Ewan McGregor in Angels and Demons.
Yes. Great analogy.
The sexiest priest in all film.
As just to pass it, as like he like pulls away, he goes, I will I'll go take care of the civilians. They might be in need of some kind of prayer, and I think the chapel might need reconsecrating after what they did. But before, no, it can wait. If we're going to travel together, we'll discuss this at a later time. At which point, a short while after, sorry.
Oh, sexy.
You get into town where Captain Stenna Bay, the dwarven captain that Arquen had previously flirted with, I've got something still in my throat. Is standing there. There is, like, they've spread out to almost cordon off the town, and a few people are, like, digging through trying to investigate, when he sees, like, this large group of, you're about, like, 35 people at this point coming down with a wagon, a couple of horses. He, like, gestures over a unit, and he marches up with about a dozen or so Stormcrests to meet you as you're advancing down. He's like, alright, what? You can stop right there. Do you not know what happened here?
Kinda.
Yeah, mostly.
Do you mind explaining?
A horrible cult up in the mountains sort of ransacked the village and stole the people. We went and got them back.
They're also cannibals.
Oh yeah, that too.
I feel like we need to have a proper sit-down for discussion for this.
Probably, but can these people go back to their houses? Because it's been a really rough while for them.
Roll me a persuasion check, Tauri. I'll be kind on that. You can have advantage from Ximori.
I'm helping.
Persuasion, yeah?
Yeah, persuasion.
Well, it was a 7 and a 9. So 19.
Okay, sure. Men, make sure these people get down to their houses, take their names. We'll want to ask them questions later, but by God, at least that they're back. He like gestures you to come down. He's like, okay. Well, we had a young lass and a kid come to the garrison and desperately plead for help, asking for the Stormcrest to come to Kirudona. And when we came here, it was abandoned in a ruin.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, that was the cult thing.
Oh yeah, they're and he just like gestures back there, and they're still there. At which point you can see just a very touching moment where they recognize their husband walking down. Like they happen to like meet up at their house down there, and there is just a big family hug, just kind of on the knees, where she gives him the wedding ring that you found back, and he kind of like looks down at his hand. And even with your perception, like locked in on this moment, you can see him say something, and there's like the half-hearted chuckles of someone using a joke in a fairly traumatic period of time, and he then just like kind of like clasps it in his right hand, and then just brings them all into a very tight hug.
Make an entertaining entombment day for people, I guess. I have a lot to think about.
Right, so you're saying there's a bunch of cannibalistic cultists up in the mountains?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aye.
Not sure how many now.
What do you mean?
Dealt with every part of them.
We've sort of assaulted the camp.
You lot
Like,
are mad
impressively.
bastards!
Yeah. Well, I am.
We may have assaulted the camp, but they're definitely in a load of tunnels / a warren.
Aye, there's an old mine shaft down there.
We unsurprisingly did not go in there.
Probably for the best. No offense, you're all looking at pretty beaten up.
Yeah, it was a good scrap. Yeah.
There's also fair warning. There's a beast, a chimera, if you know what one of them is.
Yeah. Those kinds of beasts take roost in the mountains. There's not much we can do about that.
Yeah, there's another one free that might be a bit rabid for a while. It was
Okay, we'll make note. We won't head up into the mountains anytime soon.
just.
But I mean, if these cultists are still up there, we can head up and finish them off. If you can let us know the way.
It's 12 of them. Did you say a dozen of them?
There is a dozen that he brought to like meet you on the edge of town. He's now just there with like one guy talking to you. They brought 40 odd soldiers to this town.
Okay. If you've got a full garrison, then
Aye.
yeah,
It's a lot of tunnels, though.
yeah, just be wary. It's
Yeah, for these
he turns down and is like, "Hey, Had, you got that map?" And he's like, Captain. He pulls out a map and like lays out the map and like, "Do you mind like directing us as to how to get there?"
I kneel down and then realise I can't read maps.
Yeah, I will kneel down next to you. Just gently put my arm on your shoulder, and I'll start. And I'll go.
Right.
If you go up soon, it rained yesterday. There should still be tracks down. It was soft ground.
Anything else we should know?
I'll just mark off a couple of the ambush spots, like in front of the mine shaft.
Yeah.
I think there might be some sort of magic users up there.
We'll deal with them.
There was one guy.
We need to put a call out to the castigators.
I mean,
Maybe
wouldn't be a
not.
bad idea, but
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, maybe it's just the one.
Better to be safe.
Alright.
Well,
How quickly could castigators get here?
I believe they've got a garrison over on the coast, so they could get here in probably a day once they get the message.
I mean, they're probably not going anywhere. They're, in their tunnels and such.
Quick little glance to other people in the party, like, maybe we should get out of here then.
You're probably not in any hurry, basically. Like,
They're not going to restock numbers soon.
it's going to take them a while to, recover.
You think they'll have scattered into the hills? Gonna be harder to find.
Probably.
Into the tunnels, maybe.
Or, deeper into the tunnels, more
maybe.
fortified.
Maybe we'll raise their camp and at least put them on notice that we know where they are and we're out looking for them.
Close up their tunnels for one thing, and that'll probably
Aye,
mess with them.
probably a good idea. Well,
they liked poisons. There might be quite a few traps as well, so, eyes out.
They coated their weapons.
appreciated. We'll keep an eye out. I think it best you all stay here for the night. I have no reason to keep you. By the sounds of it, you're speaking. I have no reason to believe why you'd lie about such things, and based on the townsfolk, they certainly seem to be appreciative of you, so might as well take you at your word. But I think you've earned a rest. Out of interest, do any of you have a name? As a group, or...
Not
Lesley and the
particularly.
bastards.
Aderyn is whispering at the back, like, the firebugs! The firebugs! And I'm like, shh.
Well, I can probably guarantee you by the end of the night, these lot, and he like gestures to the townsfolk there, like giving you one.
Aderyn's turning around now to other people and going around going, where are the firebugs, by the way? Where are the firebugs?
Okay.
Which kind of fits because of the ghost fire and Dex fire and stuff.
And we're very buggy.
Something for you all to discuss around a campfire, maybe.
This already does look like a bad video game glitch.
At this point, Captain Bear turns to you and says, well, might as well do a write-up. If you could just stay around a little bit until the next morning. I'll see what I can do.
I mean, yeah, night's called in, we'll probably have a little snooze at least.
Yeah, it is like mid-afternoon at this point.
We'll help clean up, we'll get supplies going. I'll get a fire, big town fire, and we'll make big foods for everyone.
At this point,
get the horses fed, that sort of thing.
At this point, Hirosa, her husband, and her son turn up. She's like, I can't thank you enough. I genuinely...
Should we go up to Lesley?
Yeah. I don't have the words. Thank you for bringing Ral back to me.
His name. That's really unfortunate. That's not your husband's name.
Is it not? Have I named the husband already?
Yeah.
What was his name? I was checking my notes.
His name is Scanlan.
Oh, it is Dalen.
I've written it down.
I've got
It's
Dalen
a
as the
name.
horse that Ximori named.
No, mine's it's the word for leaf. Hang on.
Okay, cool. Dalen.
You brought my side piece back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, mine's Dylan is the name of the horse.
Ah, that's why my notes are confused. Yeah, so it's just like, you brought my Dalen back to me. That's
the name of Ximori's horse.
You must come stay with us tonight.
We couldn't possibly impose.
You're not imposing. Look, I think the entire village is going to have to come together tonight. There's only so many places that are still upright, and a lot of food has gone missing. So you must come, please. I insist.
We would love to spend time with you and to catch up and help out clearing up wherever we can. But I think maybe, given what you, your son, and your husband have been through, maybe time with the three of you, a night just the three of you might be quite nice. Well, we're quite happy sleeping under the stars.
Well, come on. People are starting to organise things. And at this point, you kind of all have noticed that that everyone is kind of congregating up around the chapel and beginning to kind of piece it back together, but also bring anything and everything they can find in terms of food that was left behind. You see one kind of... It's a pig that's going kind of thing. Like, it was left a couple of days, but it will be good fine when cooked up kind of thing. People are boarding up. Cyric starts like accepting people in, like consoling people, starts doing soft sermons a little bit. And as the like evening progresses, essentially it becomes like a village fete up around the chapel as everyone kind of rebonds, celebrates the fact that they're alive and back, toasts to those who have gone, and everyone kind of settles in. At one point, a slightly kind of older member of the town wanders up, introducing themselves as Deethy. Clean shaven, but the hair is kind of thinning and grey. Walks up, clutching like a small leather pouch, and walks up to, I think you, Lesley. Is like, townsfolk wanted to extend their thanks to you. So we've kind of found what coinage was left behind, and want to pass it over. And he hands you this leather satchel, which you can feel inside. It's got a bunch of coinage.
So now Emma wants to take this because we have had so little money.
But
We had so little money this campaign, and Lesley is in so much debt to Balrick.
Lesley knows money. You probably estimate based on the weight and if it is like denominations of coinage, probably maximum around 60 gold in here.
Yeah, it's only 60 gold and it's 60
I'll be
gold.
honest.
That's
doesn't
58
make it
gold more than I have.
Lesley's
doesn't
in
make it
so
better.
much debt.
That doesn't make it better.
Even though Emma is like a money-hungry person, like Lesley is not. Lesley will look to the group briefly, and like do the
Balrick gives a swat, like, nod.
we can't.
Balrick
take
gives a big nod. Ximori's like,
we really can't take it. Thank you so much. We really cannot take this from you. You have a lot of rebuilding to do. This won't make a dent in it, but we appreciate the gesture. If you have maybe like a couple of glasses of meat going spare, some wine, some cheese, some some delicious figs and honey and olives. We take those, but we can't take
Deethy
this.
turns to you and is like, well, if you won't accept that appreciation, the least we can do is get you some mead. And then you just see the few bottles start passing around. Interestingly, mead seems to be the one thing the Vashar didn't pick up. Not into alcohol, though, it's not. So a lot of alcohol left in town.
Not a strong enough poison.
yeah, this is a poison that is too weak.
And so the evening progresses with you all. An array of drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, available. As the evening progresses, fires are lit. As I say, songs and hymns are sung as everyone kind of reunites underneath the stars. Is there anything...
That with my flute at some point. Yeah, sort of start up with my flute at some point. Just sort of playing the old... playing the old elven standards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once things have sort of kicked off a bit, I'm going to head out to the edge of town, I think. And just sort of look up at the moon. And sort of there to sort of flexing things to see how everything's feeling. Because that was a lot today. But I still feel good.
Bast comes to you in this moment. Softly, for him, anyway. Just, you hear him in his mind, he goes, "You see, the great work we can do together. Violence is a gift. You are strong, and with it we can achieve both of our desires."
I think I'd like to imagine that I'm a fun person or I'd like to think that people think good things when they see me, but I think I kind of am the violence, aren't I? Aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Without that, what really am I? You know?
It is good to understand our purpose.
I'll sort of look back at everyone and sort of think, in my mind / a little bit out loud, sort of say, if a happy future is in store for me, I'll bleed as much as I need to. and I'll bleed as many people as I need to. So, let's be violent, yeah?
Just as like the conversation kind of drifts off, he kind of telling you, he says, "Hey, an odd taste, not quite filling, truly, like most, but
felt kind of familiar."
They are of our world, in part.
Yeah.
Forever broken.
Kind of weak.
That's what you get from being broken. Drift off. Is there anything else anyone would like to do this evening?
Balrick is going to approach Aderyn at some point. And just initially in quite a stern way going, once again, you didn't follow the plan, you didn't listen to my instructions. And you know what? You saved the priest for it. So I'm proud of you. And then Dirk will wander up to, like, looking for attention. I'll go, and I'm proud of you too. That's what
at which point Dirk turns to you and in his kind of guttural draconic speech and goes, "One that ran seemed interested in me."
Well, you're what he's apparently or trying to be. You know, he's just a monstrosity. You're the true thing.
No. Other one.
Oh, the man.
Walking one. Yes.
Oh, not the beast.
He spoke.
I
I heard. I didn't fully understand. I did not like him.
No, me neither. They were pretty horrible people. Do you think we need to go back up and find them, or are we staying away?
I don't know.
I think we keep our distance from guys like...
Okay. Derek just kind of like settles down beneath your feet. Anyone else?
The only thing I would like to do is to try and do a bit of studying to try and go with my claymore idea, I suppose.
Sure, roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, I didn't pick up the axe. Oh well.
Didn't pick anything up.
No.
Arcana is a 23.
23. You revisit your concept, kind of looking at it and going, the main issue does seem to be with something that is capable of holding on to that energy in a stable enough format. You're fairly confident you can modify the rune to lessen its power a little, to allow it to be moved, but even then it needs a material or a specially prepared enough device that it can hold that bound energy and not react to the shifting of location. You don't know enough about the actual nature of magic to fully understand why, but you know that this spell doesn't react well to being moved, and so kind of that's what you're dealing with. But you're like, if I can get the right material and understand it decently.
I've worked out a route I need to go to try and understand it better.
Yeah.
Sweet.
If there's nothing else, well, we will pull the camera away from the quiet celebration and remembrance of those who have survived and those who have not in the town of Kirudona. You all eventually settle down underneath Tauri's hut, somewhere just on the outskirts. Cyric deciding to sleep inside the chapel. He works long into the night, making sure that everyone kind of gets off home safely. But you see him also kind of just like trying to do what he can to the chapel and reset it. But as you all eventually drift off to sleep on a starry yet cloudy, shifting in the winds night, the light of Parios the moon shining down on you, we will end this chapter of our story there and continue telling it another time. But until we pick this back up, we will see you later.